No.
Hello, everyone. Good morning to you all. I'm very pleased to welcome you to the finale round of our hackathon. And let's proceed with today. My name is Anu Anton Pradeep, and I'm a third-year student studying IT. And I can't take, this is a great pleasure to host this meeting today. Congratulations to all teams who got selected for the finals. You have done an immaculate job. And also the teams who didn't make it, I'm sure you had fun doing all the presentations. To start off with, let me give you a brief idea of why Hackathon came to be. So Hackathon is basically an event that promotes students, participants to solve challenges posed by themes to the event creatively. The word hacking, of course, you could confuse it with something that's in the sort of breaching computer systems. But in this context, hacking typically means finding a solution to promote to problems that is proposed by the hackathon organizers. So these challenges and themes basically represent existing problems in the real world. And the solutions are often proposed to use modern day technology to solve these challenges and overcome them. And I'm very happy to say that this is successfully the second edition of Hackathon. And we've had 12 schools with 22 teams and 108 participants who participated this year. And they are let me get the team names. So that's our own English high school boys from Sharjah, GEMS Wellington Academy Silicon Oasis Dubai, our own English high school boys Sharjah again, that is for altered strategies, and JSS Private School Dubai, GEMS Wellington Academy Silicon Oasis, Private International English School Abu Dhabi, our own English high school, Team Alpha, and Pristine Private School, Jumeirah College, and yeah, so to continue, I would like to invite my co-host Ria today. Hi, Ria.
Hello, everyone. A very good morning. My name is Ria Koda, and I will be Anu's co-host for today. It is lovely to see you all here today. I'm studying business. I'm a second-year student in Murdoch, and it's been amazing since the past 2 days. We've had the qualifier rounds, and before that, we had a workshop conducted by our very own students and our very own professors. And it was honestly an amazing experience to see our students come up with such brilliant ideas. And today we had our judges select, they had to select 10 best teams, but it was a difficult choice to make. And they've come up with 12 teams that will be presenting today. Let me just tell you about the themes that they'll be presenting on. The 4 themes that they had to present on were on fitness, mental health, collaboration, and student life. Now, all of these 4 themes are related to each other due to the modern day challenges. As you know, due to COVID, a lot of us and the way we have been, our life has been impacted, especially if you want to talk about mental health, where working from home, studying from home, isolating during quarantine, it has affected our mental health massively. So we've had our students come up with solutions on how, we can overcome these challenges. Similarly, if you have to talk about student life, the way we collaborate and, how our fitness has been affected, on these themes, our students have come up with certain solutions which they'll be presenting today. Without further ado, I would like to invite our Dean and Academic President, Dr. James Trotter. Hi, Jim, are you there today?
I'm here, Rhea.
How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm great. It's
Good.
a pleasure to have you here today.
Thank you. Thank you, Anu, and thank you, Rhea. I want to welcome all of the participants to this final for our Hackathon 2.0. It's been a very successful event, lots of interesting ideas. And I just want to say to all of you, congratulations. To get to the final is a great achievement, and you've done very well just to get to this point. And I wish you all the best and good luck in your final presentations. I'd also like to thank our staff and students who have done a fantastic job in organizing this. It's a great event, and we at Murdoch love the opportunity to reach out and serve the community and serve the local high schools. And this is just one of the ways that we like to do that. So it's a fantastic event, one that we always look forward to, and look forward to doing it many more years into the future. So good luck, everyone. And thank you to Anu and Rhea. I'll hand back over.
All right, thank you. Thank you so much. Moving forward, I would like Anu to invite the judges.
Thank you, Ria. So you all know Megha, the event organizer. Megha, would you like to say a few words, perhaps share some?
Yeah, hi everyone, and thank you Anu and Ria. So I just want to welcome everyone and thank you for your enthusiasm in the last few phases that we've had. We had workshops and we had the qualifier. I was like totally blown away with all the presentations yesterday and day before. And I cannot wait to see what you all have in store today. So thank you guys, all the best. And thank you judges. I'll talk to you later. Thank you.
Thank you, Megha. So let's move to the judges. Today we have Wayne Muller. Hi, Wayne, would you like to introduce yourself and give a few words?
Hi, Wayne Muller from the University of Murdoch. I just want to say good luck to all of you. From the presentations that I saw in the semifinals, you had great ideas, and it is nice to see what students perceive as problems and they propose solutions. So that was very interesting, and I'm looking forward to today. Break a leg.
Thank you very much, Wayne. Next we have Kelly Matthews. Hi, Kelly. How are you feeling today?
Good morning. It's great to be with you here today on the second Murdoch Hackathon 2.0. For everyone who I haven't had the opportunity to meet, my name's Kelly Matthews. I'm the Trade Commissioner for the Australian Government and the Trade and Investment organisation called Austrade. So my role here in the UAE is I work to bring together Australia and the UAE in the region on education, to collaborate, to innovate and to connect. So it's really my absolute pleasure to be here today.
One second, I'll leave and rejoin. Okay, I'm joining through phone now, or else it'll echo.
So yeah, so it's my absolute pleasure here to see these exciting projects come to life and to see all the finalists and their solutions. So for me, it's also great to be here to be able to collaborate together with Murdoch University here in Dubai. They're one of Australia's finest universities, and with exceptional rankings, world-class teaching and a really strong research and innovation focus. So thank you for letting me be part of this finale, and I can't wait to hear the 12 teams' ideas and plans to solve problems and build solutions. Thank you.
Thank you, Kelly. It's a great pleasure. Next we have Angelina McNaveek. Hi, Angelina.
Hi, thank you. Yes, I'm Angelina with a very peculiar surname, which is McNavich. Prefer to be called as Angelina, just that it. I'm very, very pleased to be here as well. I myself have participated in hackathons back in when I was at university and in between. So I really feel for the students. I know that it's really hard work and that everybody's been doing their best. I'm really looking forward to see the kind of solutions they've got to offer. Just a little bit about myself to those who don't know me. I've studied in London at International Business School and then moved to Dubai. Been working with KPMG at the very core of building the digital transformation practice. Recently I have started my own business while I continue consulting, and I work with multiple companies, including a lot of startups. So I'm there at the very epicenter of a lot of ideas developing. And I think since COVID, there's a lot more opportunities that have come up and a lot more directions. I'm really looking forward to see what the teams have today and how we can help them to actually make it true and make it happen.
That is very great to hear, Angelina. And then we have Alejandro Celli. Hi, Alejandro.
Hello, Anu, and good morning to everyone. My name is Alejandro Celli. I am the Director of Marketing and Admissions at Murdoch University, Dubai. I work very closely with Mega, and I've seen Mega and the team, and I have seen how they have organized this amazing competition. I am looking forward and super excited to listening to all of your pitches about your great ideas to Hack Life. Especially since my expertise is in marketing strategy. I'm looking forward to see how you pitch your ideas, how you communicate them, and obviously how you're solving a problem to an audience. Thank you so much, and good luck to everyone.
Thank you very much, Alejandro. So Ria, do you want to carry on now?
Irina is there as well?
Yeah, hi, good morning, guys. Really, my name is Irina Baca Espinoza. I am petroleum engineer by degree and by profession. I do data analytics. I have 5 other degrees as well. So, and really, like, I also started the startup called the MeStar. I'm co-founder of that. And I'm so much happy to be in this event because I believe here starts the future of, of people, because you guys are going to shape it, you're going to change it. And this is like amazing moment, of your future, of everyone's future. So really, I checked back the last year hackathon. It was amazing. I was really impressed. So I'm looking forward to see your ideas this time. And I'm sure you guys will do great. So all the best, and let's do it. Thank you.
Thank you, Irina. So we also were supposed to have Mr. Joe Stevens, but unfortunately, I don't think he can join us today. However, we can carry on.
All right, thank you, Anu. Thank you, judges. Let's move on to the prizes. Murdoch will provide Amazon vouchers worth 6,000 dirhams, and along with trophies and certificates. As you all have already met Irina, she's offering a subscription from MeStar, a premium subscription for the participants for 1 week, and the first and second runner-ups will receive 1 month free subscription and access to premium services, which is worth $30. Winners will receive one-on-one coaching session with MeStar coach worth $100. And let me tell you, I have gone through your website, I've gone through the app, I've read lovely reviews, and I really cannot wait to check out. And I think the participants and students will be very much lucky to win the subscription as well. Second of all, we'll be having Lafarge Holcim. They're sponsoring us. So as you all know, Lafarge Holcim is a global leader in building materials and solutions. They're a Switzerland-based company. The winning team will get a site visit to Lafarge Emirates cement factories. Okay, they are located in Fujairah. And then we have Ready Mix in Gulf. Okay, so we'll be getting a factory visit, career planning workshop, health and safety induction. And this will be valid for 6 months and will be organized later stage while we coordinate with the schools. And honestly, it's a great company. It's a multinational company, and we are more than happy to have such amazing sponsors for this event. Thank you, Reena. Thank you, Lafarge Wholesome. All right, without further ado, we can start off with our first team.
Yes. All right.
Is our first team ready? Team Realm?
Yep.
We are from Arun High School, Sharjah boys.
So then we
Yes,
can start
we are ready.
presenting. Okay. All right. Regardless of the subject you study, as a student, it gets quite demanding in terms of concentration and productivity. And that is just not possible when I have three younger siblings who, as natural troublemakers, get noisy and distracting. I have tried many methods of concentration and studying with tips and tricks online, and it just doesn't sit right with me. It's as if the environment that I study in isn't meant for me. But there's one place where I have noticed people productively working, reading, and doing other things that require concentration with a nice smell of coffee. Yep, you guessed it right. It's a cafe. Good evening, respected judges and the audience. I and my team would like to propose a solution for this problem by developing a free-to-use app that suggests students to the nearest registered cafe, which has a designated area for studying that increases concentration and productivity.
From a survey we conducted a week ago among students at schools and universities, we found out that 50% will give it a try and 42% wouldn't mind giving it a shot. In total, out of 169 students, we have 155 potential customers. Researchers at the University of Illinois published a study stating that they found that a level of ambient noise, typically of a bustling coffee shop or a television playing in the living room, having about 70 decibels, enhanced performance compared with the relative quiet of 50 decibels. Our app, named Alios, standing for among other people, suggests nearest study location within cafes and also allows for reservation of seats in which the given area for a planned visit. The reason for having students in a single area for studying instead of being scattered across the cafe is the influence of watching other students study and being productive, which encourages the student to stay motivated in studying. The cafe is not required to put in any extra effort. They are just reserving the already available seats from their cafe for arriving students. When the environment encourages learning, learning is inevitable. By Elizabeth Foss.
Our business model is based on the relationship between us, the cafe, the students, and external educational entities. From our survey, we also found out that most of the students study approximately 2 to 3 hours. This results in a definite chance that the students will purchase at least a beverage from the cafe during their study sessions, which means we'll be bringing in more customers to the cafe, without the cafe requiring any extra effort. The statistical data that we sell allows the cafes to analyze the visiting pattern of students or the most common purchases of students that allows them to make a decision for increased sales. Our app also works as a platform for targeted advertising for various educational institutions and apps since our stakeholders are students.
Now we'll move on to the demo of our app, Alias. If I'm a new user, I would go on to create the account, but if you're returning, you can just sign in. I'll get started now. You have been provided the standard sign-in options and sign-up options. Since I'm an Apple user, I'll just continue with Apple. So this is the new user dashboard of our app, which has 4 segments, including view barcode, which when clicked leads us to a page with your custom barcode that can be used to register your visit at the cafe, along with various coupons below it that you can redeem after obtaining a certain amount of points in the AR program. Below that in the dashboard, we have our friends displayed and also the info of if they are in a cafe or not, which will be monitored when they scan their barcode while entering the cafe. If I click on a friend, I can even see which cafe they are in. This can be disabled depending on the user. We also have a slider displaying your approaching cafe reservations and ads by educational entities after it. Below that, we have the option to reserve seats, which can also be accessed through the user menu. Here, I can quickly reserve a seat at a recently visited cafe at the same time and day I last visited. Or I can reserve a seat in any of the cafes located nearby by clicking the logo of the cafe and selecting date, time, and other info, such as seats booked in case you go with your friends. And clicking reserve now. We also have a search bar if our needs get specific. Now I'll go to the user profile page through the user menu Here I have the access to my info and have the ability to add friends and other features to interact with the support. We also have the settings through which the user can customize the app. Now I'll log out and hand over the rest to my colleagues.
At initial stages, we will be using referral marketing strategy, going people to people and handing out referral codes, which gives them free vouchers to spend on the cafes. This attracts our target users. We have a good level of expertise in our team, and we also have a student consultant for business and finance. The best thing about the idea is that it requires minimum resources to implement. We already have our potential customers. We will be entering the development phase soon, as well as negotiating with cafes to be our first clients. We are Team Realm, and we are proud to present to you Alios.
Thank you, Team Realm. That was a wonderful presentation. I cannot wait to hear what our judges have to say. Judges, do you have any questions?
Yeah, let me ask, please. Thank you, guys. Really good concept. I really love it, especially, you know, that you're elaborating, like meeting friends and people, and you foreseeing who can come in there. Every time, you know, especially for students, when they go to a cafe, they would expect to pay for that. So I want to ask you more towards like, what's your particular value compared to other places in terms of giving a discount or what else, which other benefits, because there are lots of cafes, they don't need to have you or, you know, to go there. What's your value proposition and differentiation from competitors?
I'd like to answer the question. So the specialty of our idea is that we are bringing in more customers to the cafe, which are students, because we're giving them a reason to go and study here. And it is also beneficial for the students as well, because students get a reserved seat to study and they're more productive there. And since students are approximately studying for 2 to 3 hours from our survey that we conducted, it means that there will be a definite chance that they will be purchasing a product or a beverage from the cafe, which also increases the sales of the cafes. On top of that, through the usage of our app, we will be providing statistical data to the cafes that can allow them to time their offers, like for highest number of students visiting a certain day or time, so they can provide a certain offer during that day. Also, they can look at what is the most common purchase beverage for students and maybe make decisions to increase their sales. So it benefits the cafes as well.
Very good. Thank you so much. Nice, good.
Any other questions?
If I may, do we still have time for one question? So who are your main target audience? So who are the main customers that are going to be using this app?
Our main customers are students that will be using this app. So the app will be providing them a free location to study, where they can go and study. And since cafes have proven to be very productive as compared to their environment, the students will be studying there. They can even study with their colleagues. And since they're studying with other people, it encourages them to study as well. So that would be our main target audience, but our revenue will be generated with the relationships with cafes and other institutions or educational entities that will be advertising on our app, since their target audience is students as well.
And then what would make students use your app instead of, for example, going into Google and I'm just going to be searching the coffees that are on my area? Like, why would I be using, if I am a student, why would I use your app? What would make you use your app instead of Google?
Well, students will be getting a reserved seat, like a certain dedicated area where they can sit and study. Now, the reason why we want students to be in a particular area instead of just going and sitting wherever they want is that when you're sitting with other people and when you watch them study, it encourages you to study as well. It motivates you to study and it increases your productivity. So and also students don't have really a good suitable environment for studying at home. So that's why they would use our app. On top of that, to bring in more students to use our app, we will be providing them coupons and rewards and all that stuff to keep them using our app.
Thank you.
Sorry, do we have time for another question?
Yeah, it's all right. You could ask.
Thanks. So team, question, first of all, who do you consider your competitors?
Yeah, I would like to answer that question. As per our research, we only have one competitor with a similar idea named StudySpot. They're based in Delft, Netherlands. However, they have a different vision than ours. The StudySpot company is paid, so students have to pay to use it. And to add on to that, they don't seem to show any growth or active running. But in our app, this is for free for all the students all around the world. And our aim is to make this worldwide. We will be actively developing this app to launch it as soon as possible also.
Understood, thank you. And another, just a follow-up question. You said that obviously in terms of percentage, I didn't understand the revenue that you're planning to generate from the marketing. But on a side, in order to follow the question, what is the estimated market right now? So for your phase 1 development, what's the number? What's the estimated market of the users?
Would you like to answer that question? Okay.
Yeah, so basically, we had conducted a survey like around a week ago. From that survey, we had asked like how long do students generally study, and then like if they were given a chance to study in a cafe, would they prefer to study in a cafe? And then we had a very high response from them that they would like to study in a cafe. Like it was around 92% are willing to give it a try in total.
How many students did you, what was the total number of respondents?
So we had around 169 respondents, and then if we do 92%, so 155 customers are already willing to give the app a shot.
And you're targeting Dubai, right? My understanding, we're located all in Dubai. Well, you're located in Dubai, and this would be your first target market, correct?
Yes.
So what is the number of the students in Dubai? What's your potential target market?
So in Dubai, if I'm not wrong, from the survey that we conducted, the potential margin was around 140 students. It will be around that.
Sorry, 1,040?
140.
140, sorry. Only
140 starting customers.
140 people, but what's the overall market? Because I'm just thinking that if I'm a university or I'd like to advertise something from the for the people, right? I'm definitely going to be aiming to reach my ads for more than 140 people, right? I'm looking at like at least thousands or perhaps hundreds of thousands people that like to reach. That way I'll be willing to pay for that marketing campaign on that app, on that platform.
Yes. The thing is, like for now, from the survey that we conducted, we only had a week's time to gain all the responses. But looking at the responses, we have like active interest, like people are showing interest in our app. And I myself, I am a customer of my own app. So basically, I occasionally visit cafes to study. And I have noticed that there are many people who study in cafes, not only in Sharjah, not only in Dubai, but then there are YouTubers, there are general people around the world that I know of do like to visit cafes for productivity, especially graphic designers.
Absolutely. I think it's really cool. Just my advice to you to conduct a simple estimation question. If you're, for example, first targeting the students, try to get your estimate of how many students there are in each area and how many of them you can target. That will also help you to understand how you can best target your audience, at which places you need to advertise, so on and so forth. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Thank you.
Can I just ask a last question as well? Coffee shops don't have a reservation system, or most of them don't. Will your app still be able to go forward if you can't get reservations implemented?
I think we asked the coffee shops to give a specific area. So already they will be giving us a specific area for students to sit in, like a certain number of tables and chairs. In those tables and chairs, students can make reservations. So suppose we have 6 tables, 6 chairs or like 6 available seats. In that, out of those 6 seats, students can make reservations, so not beyond that. So I think,
Also,
yeah, go on.
Also, the number of seats students can use in a cafe is it depends upon how big the cafe is, and also there are many cafes all around UAE and all around the world. So it's not like students can't find a cafe to study and go there.
Yeah, that's there.
Alright.
Sorry to
Thank
back.
you so much, team. We'll
Sorry.
have to move on. Is it possible if you could reply on the chat?
Yeah, okay.
All right. I'm really sorry. Since we're tight on time, if you guys have any further questions, you can message on the chat, or even audience, if you guys have any questions for the team, you can message on the chat. Let's move on to our next team, shall we? Our next team is WeSO Team A, GEMS Wellington Academy Silicon Oasis. They'll be presenting on the theme fitness. WeSO team, are you good to go?
I think we are, yeah. Thank you.
All right.
Good morning, judges and audience. We are WSO Group A, and we'll be presenting our app, Fitmaster. In this presentation, we'll be going over the problem and solution, the app design itself, and how we plan to market it. So our app mainly focuses on a lack of fitness as it links to high obesity rates, which have been growing exponentially in recent years. According to the WHO, worldwide obesity has tripled since 1975, which this may have been due to a higher availability and lower cost of fast food in comparison to healthier substitutes. In itself, obesity has many consequences, such as heart disease and diabetes, and is known to be one of the main causes of death in the USA. Right, so our solution to the problem was an application that included the following features. A tracker used to track progress so that users know how well they're progressing. Adaptable push notifications with motivational quotes, factions and leaderboards to encourage competition, coupons earned from steps to attract older audiences, and cosmetics and power-ups to encourage younger populations to also use the app. Hence, Fitmaster allows us to gamify staying in shape.
So our primary focus with the app is that we want to be able to promote this kind of thing, but in a way that is both simple and easy to use. So first of all, we have our homepage. Within this, we allow users to view their current steps for the day. And here they can view other activities that they can accomplish throughout the day, such as sprinting, walking, and cycling. This easy access means that people can easily track their progress. Below that, they can view their past activity so that they can monitor their progress over a period of time. And below that, a leaderboard where they can compare their statistics to their friends, other users, and other factions they're competing against, with different metrics such as steps, distance, and active time, with different timeframes. Along the bottom, you have 5 icons where you can easily navigate the application. On our second, we have data. This shows you information about your progress. This will include things such as points or in-app currency, statistics such as walking, sprinting, and cycling with your total steps, distance, and active time, with different timeframes you can change from to view from a statistics graph. In our third slide, you have events. Here, you can view your activities you can accomplish to help you reach your goals. These are races that can help you simulate activities such as walking the Camino de Santiago, which is a famous hike in Spain, or even traveling across the globe. Factions are an idea that is meant to stimulate competition and cooperative goal reaching, with the idea being that you can collaborate with your friends and with your colleagues so that you can reach your goals by competing against other teams. Our fourth slide is meant to be the store. Here you can spend your in-app currency points, which run on a balance of 100 steps per point. And here you can purchase cosmetics such as titles and backgrounds to customize your profile. Another selling point of ours is that you can achieve coupons for completing goals and step goals. For example, for completing 100,000 steps, you can get a random coupon. This is meant to stimulate our consumer base and to help promote more activity and more engagement from our user base. In our fifth page, the profile page, you can view your friends and you can view your personal profile. This is meant to be a way for people to socialize with others and to promote more collaboration. Here, users can duel against their friends, and this is meant to help stimulate more competition, as it allows users to constantly challenge one another.
For the marketing section, we would work in partnership with fitness accessory companies such as Fitbit, Garmin, Polar, and Samsung, and use affiliate links and systematically promote their products for increased revenue for an existential quid pro quo relationship. We'd use coupon codes to work in partnership with other companies in related industries like iHerb, as they're international and can promote our app due to the large consumer base. This would work in other industries such as food and sports. This would also cause promotion from many sections of the market and spread risk across these industries, allowing us to benefit from economies of scale. We can also promote prizes for competitions on social media, which we buy from revenue earned from our marketing schemes, as well as reinvest half our profits to sponsor other people, driving more profit, and this would cause a chain reaction in promotion. Who doesn't want to work with or try and go against their idol? More and more success stories will inevitably occur, and therefore our marketing schemes would be to use Facebook and YouTube ads.
Thank you for listening to our presentation, and we hope you see the potential in our app Fitmaster.
Thank you, Team WSO, Team A. Judges, do you have any questions?
I have a quick question for the team. Thank you so much for your presentation and really, highlighting the problem statement around obesity and unhealthy activities. Can you give me a sense? You mentioned in the marketing section that you would seek to partner with organizations like Fitbit, Garmin, Samsung. There are obviously many fitness apps on the market. I have many on my phone. Some of them I use, some of them I don't. What would be your unique selling proposition or your unique value proposition that this app would provide to those very important global partners?
I think the merit in our app primarily lies around its idea of competition and of helping to engage a community with these kinds of events, such as races and ideas where you can earn prizes from these companies. So these would be things that would help for them. It would help them promote their products because people would be competing for the use of them. For us, it would allow us to engage with their communities, and therefore we gain access to their user base.
Okay, thank you. If I may, one follow-up question. In terms of when you were looking at this product, did you do a scan of in terms of other similar products on the market? And if so, can you share with me some insights from that market scan?
So similar applications would be very popular nowadays, especially due to technology. So for example, you have apps such as Pedometer, which have over 50 million downloads, and Pacer, which has over 10 million downloads. We can assume that because of this, we have a significantly large market and user base to indulge and to engage.
Okay, thank you.
I also have a question, a really good direction, especially that now I think fitness technologies are like booming, I would say, as you identify the problem very well. And my question is about similar. What is your strategy to go to the market? Because it sounds like very generic, that you just go to and you expect the big corporations to elaborate with you. What's your particular value that you can show to users, to join to you? How you're going to address that market?
I think that a problem with fitness is that people have trouble motivating themselves. Myself, for example, I find it very hard to stay committed to trying to improve my body. However, I think our emphasis on competitiveness is our selling point because I'm a very competitive person. And I feel like if I have to compete against my friends or other people, I'll feel more motivated to work out and to exercise my body because I want to beat my friends and I want to challenge myself. And because of that, I think that our emphasis on these events will help people to find it in themselves to exercise their bodies.
Yes, that's the thing, because there are many other apps doing this already, like
Yes, I
in
believe so.
cycling and running. So what's you compared to them? How are you going to acquire more users,
Because
especially at the beginning?
the way that these apps try and promote fitness is very passive. They want to help you track your steps, and they want to help you progressively just develop your commitment to the app. However, we feel like our primary merit isn't the idea of challenging your friends specifically. We have a slight emphasis on a dueling system with your friends, which will allow you to individually engage one another. And we believe that because these applications have more focus on the individual instead of on collaboration, we have that as our selling point.
Okay, very good. Thank you so much.
Sorry, something sort of a similar follow-up. I'm just struggling to understand. I understood that the hook should be, or the key value prop is the competition, especially with the people that you know, like your circle. So I am like most of you guys. So you listed Fitbit. So I've been on Fitbit, had the app, know the app very well. I know for a fact that in that app, I have multiple options of different challenges, different groups that I can join, different competitions. I had Whoop, one of the things wasn't mentioned. Same, you have the leaderboard on a daily basis, and you know your own users, and it shows you mostly people within your area. So anyone who is using Whoop, where, for instance, the garment is coming for free, you're just kind of signing into the program. Whoop motivates you and sends you actually kind of more based on the analysis, even tells you like what are the best days for you to work out, how you can achieve and go further. I mean, the basic option on the Apple Watch, right? Anybody with the Apple ID, I can send them a challenge and say, okay, let's compete, you know, for this week, for this challenge, for the steps or whatever. So how, again, yeah, why, first of all, if I am Fitbit, if I am Samsung, if I am any of those guys, I already have all these features in my apps. Why would I want to partner up with you? I'm sort of
well, the problem with these apps is that even though they do have these success races, they still do partner with other companies. Now you can ask why, and I believe the answer to that is that they want to reach out and they want to collaborate with other companies, because ultimately our goal isn't exactly profit. Our goal is to help other people. It is to promote fitness, and it is to reduce obesity and to reduce the BMI scale, to help people improve themselves. So above all that, we want to help people by collaborating with other companies who are like-minded. So you want to be able to just reach out to communities that it's hard to reach out into, people that are impoverished, or people that where it's difficult to be fit or to exercise.
Karen, may I help you in here a little bit as well? So I just thought that you capture one thing in your pitch, mentioning that potentially you can use those points inside the app. So maybe this system can work better if you offer them, I don't know, fitness bottle, 3 days in one of the fitness club, you know, free of charge, stuff like that. This may intrigue them more to use, and as you say, to.
Yes, we had something along those lines with coupons. Of course, your idea is correct. We could implement actual products from these companies.
But I have to cut you off there because
thank you.
We have to move on. If you have more questions, please do ask in the chat. And guys, if you're ready to send a message in the chat answering the questions, perhaps. Right. Can we move on to the next team then? Okay, so next we have altered strategies from our own English high school boys Sharjah, talking on mental health. Are you guys ready?
Yes.
All right, time starts now.
Okay.
Yeah, all the best.
Good morning to one and all. Sam Walton once said, if everybody is doing it one way, there's a good chance you can find your niche by going exactly in the opposite direction. But after researching about therapy and counseling, we soon realized that our method of finding an idea had transitioned from finding a niche to identifying a major problem and finding a solution for it. Indeed, I speak about therapy and counseling sessions. This is the basic flowchart we will use to cover the key aspects of this pitch. Why? Why our app solves many inconveniences and ushers in a more tech-inclined app? What? What features does our app have that sets us apart from existing applications available? Who we consider our target audience that will reap the most benefits, and how we intend on launching the app and monetizing this app. Let me tell you some of the major obstacles in therapy today. Therapy generally ranges from $65 per hour to $250 for a single session, and for a teenager, a session of such an amount that they would be willing to spend for an hour of counseling would be rare. The SRCD reported up to 29% of young adolescents with turbulent relationship with parents, and this makes it difficult for them to open up with their own parents about real issues, and hence an alternative approach that erases the human element in therapy has become a necessity, and almost no one has done extensive work in this field, despite the growth of technology in our times. And between therapists requiring your full cooperation, including you attending every session away from home and carrying out any extra work between sessions, can take up a lot of your time, and people often neglect the emotional toll that therapy itself takes on a person. And these are just some of the many more issues that counseling and therapy encounter, and our team has developed an app called Therabot that aims to solve this crisis. Now my friend Pranav will show you the demo of our app.
Let's have a look at the app that we designed in Figma. At times, it's the few words which enlighten our minds. It's our goal to motivate our users with codes from our database that are relevant to their current state of mind. Research claims that humans are more likely to express themselves when they write down their thoughts. As a result, on the homepage, users are greeted with an online diary where they can write down their emotions in a safe and secure place. Humans can be compared to social Legos. We can accomplish incredible things. We have created our very own community where people can interact and share things among themselves. The app also hosts opportunities for users to listen to specific song playlists and also let them dabble in their interests. Now my friend Joshua will introduce you to the protagonist of our app, the bot itself.
The nucleus of this app is the bot. It is an AI program developed to facsimile a real therapist, and it does not just have program responses to user inputs. It uses machine learning to keep updating and learning from user responses. And although we have seen similar use of technology in other fields, the idea of using it for therapy has surprisingly not been given much thought. Our users can express their true feelings to the bot, and the bot is programmed in such a way that it responds according to how the user's state of mind is. Machine learning enables the bot to have a variety of responses which get more and more efficient by the passage of time. We have also provided the option for the user to either speak or type, and we have also incorporated color psychology to this app. If the user types or speaks that he's facing anxiety, the app immediately turns a shade of blue, which is proven to be a calming color. We've also employed binaural beats that are basically sounds in the frequency range of 4 to 13 Hertz, and they help induce relaxation and reduce anxiety. We have also developed a rudimentary program for the bot, and it is capable of conversing with a person with basic dialogues. With a splash in machine learning and a touch of AI, our bot would shape into what we aspire it to be. Now, how? This is the roadmap that we intend to follow through. Taking courses in machine learning to create the algorithm for the bot, adding features for data protection and storage, perfecting the app and configuring benefits for paying users, and finally, launching our app into the outside world. Now, let us look into how we would be monetizing the app. We will use banner ads, which are relevant to therapy and the user's well-being. After the complete development of this app, we will be one of the very few creators of such an app, and hence we will partner with existing therapeutical and counseling institutions. And this affiliation program will enable us to promote and recommend their services to our users, which in turn will generate revenue. And there will be premium experience available to those who pay a subscription fee, and they will get access to more content that is regularly updated and a few other things. Our main target audience includes teenagers. Our features and the bot is tailored for their mentality, but can also expand and be beneficial to adults as well. Therefore, respected judges, our application is not just another block of code amongst trillion others. We are initiating a long-awaited transition in this sector, and our app is a spark plug to set the engine in motion. We are prepared to go all into this app. Our app is an escalator that will elevate therapy and counseling as you know it. Besides, an escalator can never break. It can only become stairs. Thank you.
Thank you very much, team. That was a really great presentation. Judges, do you have any questions for them?
Can I just jump in? I just want to find out, did you think about the legal feasibility of an app like this? Because there's lots of regulation regarding treating people, medical regulations and stuff like that. And secondly, technical feasibility. Do you think AI is ready to be able to take on the job of treating people? Because I think there's a big difference between just giving anecdotal quotes to people and actually treating them with mental health issues. So just those two questions, technical feasibility and legal feasibility. Did you think of those?
Yes, first to speak about the technical feasibility, what we are thinking is a normal therapist is very different from bot. As you said, yes, therapists have their own emotions. But as the judge pointed out in the qualifiers, they said that human will take up 8 years to become a therapist. But this will not be the same for bot, because human and computers processing powers is higher than human, and therefore it will take exponentially less time. And now, speaking about emotions, yes, bots do not understand our emotions just like that. Or there is something called sentimental analysis. Right now, it is very free. But this is where when the AI can judge positive and negative comments. For example, let's have a review system in Amazon. What it does is when it's submitted a review, it classifies it on its own, that whether this is positive or this is a negative comment for the user. So in a similar way, we like to implement the same technology in our app where the bot judges what the person is feeling, and accordingly, they will produce a response. Another way is we get data from the existing therapeutic institutions. We expect them to cooperate with us and then give us how to respond when a specific situation is needed.
Pranav?
Yes, ma'am.
I think you were having internet issues, and due to which our judges and me as well, we couldn't hear you properly. I think we have 1 minute still, so would you like to repeat yourself?
Could I send the answer in the chat? I think that would be
Yeah,
better.
that'll be much better. That'll be much better.
Sure.
All right, judges,
Are
do
there
you
any
have
other
any
questions?
questions?
I have a question because we had a very similar, kind of drone at the beginning, that you expect users to come and they start using the bot, and then first of all, no one comes, and second of all, no one uses bot. And how are you going to overcome these challenges? Imagine this would be number one in your way.
So firstly, what we will do is we will get users for app, and like this will be done by referrals or word of mouth and advertising. And once we get a few thousand users, we will approach universities, hospitals, or therapeutical institutions, and we will pitch them our idea. Because bittersweet truth is there are millions of people out there in dire need of this help, and them using the app will first and foremost help them in their individual lives, and then it will provide us with sizable revenue. And we will partner with brands, hospitals, and therapists and universities. The user stories would help gain more attention to our app, and by sponsoring us, they will receive a lot of publicity to their businesses, service, or products. And not only that, we also provide universities and hospitals with raw statistics. Like with the AI at its early days, it will mostly collect statistical data. For example, 30% of our users are suffering from chronic anxiety, 12% are suffering from depression. This data can be useful to them, and they can identify in which age group do people experience most depression or anxiety, or what ethical backgrounds experience the most anxiety. The list goes on. But our app will never disclose the individual details of a person with anyone, and only the data taken as a whole of our users, and the information that users disclose is protected in a private server.
Thank you.
All right, if there's no more questions. Yes.
All right, thank you, judges. Thank you, team. Thank you so much. Let's move on to our next team. We have JSS Private Schools, Dubai, JSSPS Team C. They'll be presenting on collaboration. Team, are you good to go?
Yes, we are.
Okay, the stage is yours.
Thank you.
Greetings everyone. I am Bhavishya and we're Team Meta Humans from JSS Private School, Dubai. My team members are Pravaj, Shervin and Yugmi. So let us begin.
Imagine a day pumping with adrenaline. You are about to make the plunge and you crash. Not just a crash, you also sustain a spinal cord injury. It changes everything. It changes you. You walk around with a wheelchair. People barely speak to you. You're struggling socially because of your disability. You are segregated from the society. And then one fine day, you reach out over social media and you realize there's a lack of an online supportive community for you, that the technological barriers make it even more inaccessible. At this point, your identity is defined by your disability. How will you collaborate again? How would you experience your love for the sports again?
Estimated 1 billion people live with disabilities. They are the world's largest minority. I wish something could be done to solve all these problems.
Oh yes, we can. That's why our team developed Metables, the first collaboration app for people with physical disabilities to enter the metaverse and experience sports virtually. Esports enthusiasts can cheer for our budding players in the metaverse who can win exciting gift vouchers and rewards, thus providing them with an incentive while entertaining them.
We include brand new features that I bet you won't find in any other app, like Metaverse, gesture recognition, speech to text, text to speech, community, and seamless interaction.
A gesture recognition feature is a unique blend of several concepts that we have learned in school, such as functions, classes, and Python programming. The modules used are TensorFlow, MediaPipe, NumPy, and CV2. Metables recognizes and translates the human voice into text and vice versa, thus facilitating effortless interaction.
Our metaverse is being made and developed in Unreal Engine 4 using C++. Our chief target audience includes people with disabilities, eSport enthusiasts, and entrepreneurs.
This is Metables, your portal to the metaverse. You have used Figma to build it, and it includes the colors white, green, and blue, representing synergy, calmness, and interaction. The minimalistic app includes MetaMe, your enigmatic profile that features your avatar, details, and Meta XPs earned for collaborating. Let's head on for a video call with our really cool gesture recognition feature. The speech-to-text provides spot-on translation. Rafiq, translated to companion in Arabic, is our friendly, multilingual bot ready to answer all of your queries and provide updates on recent events and so much more. Our leaderboard features our top performers and celebrates their efforts. Our community features inspiring stories, upcoming events, and is the perfect place to start building our connections. We have tried to embed our motto, inclusivity, opportunity, and empowering ability in the app. And now let's dive into our metaverse. Our avatars aim to increase representation of people with disabilities in the game and is generated using AI. What you are seeing here is a very simple ball game with realistic physics. The aim is to essentially push the ball into the goal, and if you do, you are the winner. We aim to integrate more socializing and sports events like marathons, basketball, wrestling, and the best part is you just need a VR headset and a controller.
Now, no product can always be perfect. We intend to integrate NFT tickets and rewards, our own native cryptocurrency, and thus make it a play-to-earn game for our talented players.
So Yugmi, does our app solve the stated problems?
Oh yes, it does. We have received positive and encouraging validations from people with physical disabilities, and they absolutely adore the idea.
Our revenue and business model includes a variety of marketing techniques to gain downloads of apps from crypto and gaming influencers on social media, websites, promotions, and paid advertising. Identifying the right marketing mix maximizes profitability. Metables has been working hard to minimize customer acquisition costs and deliver transparency without giving away competitive advantages. We will be licensing our API on a subscription-based service to drive more revenue and make the impossible possible. We will be auctioning plots of land in our metaverse to advertisers who want to build and create brand awareness inside the virtual platform. We will also be allowing certain plots of land for brands to build in-house stores in our metaverse.
Let's have a look at our interactive website.
Summing it all up, everyone deserves an equal place in the world. With Metables, we foster inclusivity, create opportunity, and empowerability in people with disabilities. Here we come to the end of our presentation. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Team MetaHumans. Very well presented. Judges, do you guys have any questions?
I just have one question. So this app tries to bring people with disabilities together. Which disabilities won't be able to use this app? For instance, I'm thinking of deaf people, blind people, people without hands. So which of those will still be excluded with this app?
Yeah, so the demographic is only physically disabled people, so people with dysfunctional limbs, stuff like that. So it's not intellectual disability, or it's focused only on physical disabled people.
I have a question. So I just want to understand again what the solution is all about. So if I have a physical disability, how this metaverse is going to make me feel the physical experience of doing a sport, or I don't know, walking in the snow like you showed in your presentation. Like, how am I going to have that same physical experience by going into the metaverse, which is a digital world?
Okay, with the current technology that we have, it's not completely possible to simulate the environment that you're present. For example, if you're in the mountains, it's difficult to physically replicate that into your virtual world. But what we're trying to achieve over here is, since you have a VR headset, you are experiencing the visuals of it, right? Because a person who cannot walk cannot exactly go and travel to, like, let's say the Himalayas or the Alps, etc. So when you're using a virtual headset, you can actually see it. And the best part is, in Unreal Engine, we have photorealistic materials and textures for completely free, because Unreal Engine Epic Games bought the Quixel Mega Scans. So we have very realistic items that can be placed onto our environment for completely free, which is why we've chosen with Unreal Engine, which is a very scalable platform and is amazing for VR, obviously.
Thank you.
Also,
Make a comment on your presentation. I'm sorry.
Also, I would just like to add on, the reason why we are, incorporating esports here is because Paralympics is a sports event for people with physical disabilities, but not every physically disabled person can, participate, because the criteria for qualifying are quite, rigorous. That is why we are giving them this platform where they can experience not just sports, but also the actual real world in a virtual environment, and create an inclusive app for them.
Thank you. I wanted to make a comment on your presentation. I think it was very well scripted and done. Thank you.
Thank you so much.
I have a question for the team. Thank you. Yeah, thank you very much for presenting. It was interesting to watch, really. How does the question is, look, given the current hardware with the VR sets, and I mean, there are more things that you can buy right now, right? Like, you can even put, and depending on what disability you've got, like whether it's hands or something, there are a lot of things that you can put on right now as gloves or certain things on your foot, right? So actually feel these things virtually. How is this different from multiple, game consoles that are offering same thing with through the virtual reality? Because I can already do this, like everything you describe, I can actually experience it now. I just need to buy a VR headset.
Okay, the main thing that differentiates us from all of our competitors is the fact that it's not only our presentation is not just the virtual world, it is the social media app itself, with the community, the leaderboard, etc. So what we're trying to do is we're trying to connect every single platform, like Xbox, PlayStation, PC, all of these platforms. It's called cross-platform, right? We're trying to connect all of them using one medium, which is what differentiates us from everyone else. This is made specifically for the physically disabled people.
And so while you can always, drive into the metaverse, you can also chat with your friends, have video calls. You can literally be part of an inclusive, supportive community. And, when you're part of that community, when you're looking at inspirational stories, you yourself feel inspired, and you can, achieve your goals better. So that is our primary motto, as we say that, empowering the ability and creating an inclusive society.
Thanks for the answer. Just giving you some thoughts out here, because I'm sure you know that all of the all of the existing consoles, they already offer you this ability to speak, call, and talk through the games and all of these things. But perhaps you've got this impact on the disability. I don't know if it is worth putting a lot of input and finance into developing the technology of the recognition and the VR abilities, but maybe you could focus on actually bringing across the consoles, bringing that into one platform specifically for the purpose of the disabled people who are already participating in those games that already have really advanced features, and that you can create that community for them, being a part of that, collecting from the existing platforms and creating like a social network for them within the games, rather than specifically developing, your metaverse. These are my thoughts. Thank you very much for the presentation.
Thank you for your feedback.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, judges. Thank you, team. Let's move on to the next team, shall we? We have GEMS Wellington Academy, and we had Team A present earlier. Now we have Team B, WSO, on presenting on student life. Are you guys good to go?
Yes.
All right.
Alpha Prodigy. User story. As a high school student, I want an app that organizes all my events and assignments using a timetable and by setting reminders. I also wanted to schedule my events and prepare a weekly planner for my upcoming assessments with sufficient amount of breaks in between. It needs to be flexible, meaning it can be added to Teams or even Zoom.
The problem. Many students have difficulties managing their time when exams are close. Some students find it arduous to find time out of their day to study and find an appropriate time for each subject. Studies have shown that the worry of not having a proper schedule mounts more pressure on the student, leading to poor performances in exams.
Our solution, which is Alpha Prodigy. Alpha Prodigy is an app that assists students in structuring their academic hours and tasks in a way that work is accomplished efficiently. The students can get to their particular strengths and weaknesses using Alpha Prodigy and try to improve on them and prepare themselves for their upcoming tests and assignments.
So the impact of Alpha Prodigy is that it could potentially increase the rate of productivity among students and the users, which can in the future lead to the country's more economic growth. Additionally, when students come for help to Alpha Prodigy, we take a huge weight off them. Therefore, the students will be more focused and rest assured, and they can perform more better. And the users can also structure their daily life better by a variety of functions that we offer. In this slide, we have shown you the wireframes of our app. The first two wireframes are only for the new joiners, and it is not shown again. The third wireframe shows the weekly organizer of the user, and the fourth shows the daily planner with the topics needed to study. So this is the prototype of our app. This is the layout. So the first widget shows the welcome page, and the second one shows the login. The third one is the timetable for the week. It is set based on your based on the marks that you've entered and based on your preferences. And once you click on one of the grids, for example, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday, you'll get the schedule for today, and you also get a reminder on the start of the day, giving the time and the topic you need to study for the day.
The functionalities of Alpha Prodigy. Firstly, it creates a weekly schedule for the student. Secondly, it gives you tips on how to study efficiently. It also shows the strengths and weaknesses of the user based on the scores given to the app. Organizes the dates of upcoming assessments and assignments. It gives a daily planner for the user to follow. And last but not least, it can also be attached to apps like Teams, Zoom, meaning that it is notified when the teacher sets an assignment.
So there are three main marketing strategies. First one is social media. So with social media, nowadays, students and everyone is on social media. And so we'll create an account on different types of social media platforms where we'll post tutorials and user stories. And we'll also create a YouTube channel where we'll also do the same, which can encourage the students to try our app and it can show our potential as well. And the second is we'll be putting ads on YouTube. This will be a 15-second pitch to students or anyone who wants help with time management and help to structure the academic day better. It will make them realize the potential of our app and what we can provide. And thirdly, we'll set up partnerships with other tutors on YouTube who can help promote us in between videos. And so when students see the video, we'll get more promoted.
Our app will require a simple database and API. It runs on both iOS and Android. An alpha prodigy has a simple template, which is quite simple to produce. It also has additional features like hosting on other apps. And advertising doesn't cost much, as we will post the user stories on various social media platforms and YouTube, which usually don't cost a lot. And the money spent on the app is retrieved by premium features and ads. Technology needed to develop the app are API, App Design Toolkit, hosting on iOS and Android platforms, and hosting on other apps, example, Team, Zoom, and Google Classroom.
Our way to the public. There are two stages with publishing our app. The first one being development, and second is releasing it. In the first stage, we will test and configure our app and give them to hackers to check its security. In the second stage, we will advertise it through a variety of techniques mentioned in slide 9 and distribute it to iOS and Android platforms. Thank you.
Thank you very much, team. Judges, do you have any questions?
Thanks for a great presentation, team. I'm quite interested to know what's the market like for these types of apps. So can you share any insights from a market scan that you might have done to sort of assess what your competition is like across the market?
So our target market is basically high school students of elementary schools and other schools. So based on the market scan, we have the survey shows that not a lot of people tend to schedule their work, which means that they need apps like this. And we kind of check the surveys, and 60% of them told that they need an app to schedule things like this, but then they don't have time to schedule it. So our app does that.
Okay. Are there any other competitors in the market that do this type of scheduling for your target audience, which is high school students?
There's just one app, but then the app is only hosted on iOS, but not on Android. But we do both of them, meaning that we have a larger market, as well as the other app does not allow the user to input their scores and shows their strengths and weaknesses, whereas we do that. We ask for their scores, and then we create a chart based on their strengths and weaknesses. And moreover, the other app requires the user to input their schedule, whereas our app does it automatically based on the assignment set by the teacher.
Thank you.
I have a question because the way how I understand this app is for high school students that are looking to get more organized with other schedule. But I mean, I guess who will be using this app? Because students that are organized will want an app like this, right? They will make their own schedule, and perhaps they will need the app. But students that don't even know how to organize themselves, or they are not organized, why would they want this app? So how is your app going to teach students that don't know anything about personal organization to get organized and get the app? Like, how are you going to create the need for students that are unorganized? Perhaps they don't need to, they don't even want to be organized. I don't know.
There are some students who don't want to be organized, but our aim is to make them get focused and help them get better in grades and stuff, because most students nowadays want better grades and it will boost their productivity. And to do that, they will need a schedule that will help them in their studies.
I would like to add on that. And if students are not, if the students don't know how to do the schedules, then what we told in slide 9 was that we'll also have a set of tutorials in social media platforms as well as in YouTube as well, and we'll also have some user stories that can motivate themselves. They can relate to themselves, so they know how the app works and how to make them more focused and create a schedule.
I have also a question. In general, like it's very basic to, it looks like Excel, not Excel, but Outlook calendar, any other calendar. I also try to find what is your differentiation compared to as basic as a calendar. You mentioned something like you can input the score, or then it will divert to the chat. I don't see this in the presentation, in fact, but how do you different from any other calendar?
Okay, so our app will also provide past papers and some exam questions that will help the student to improve in their exams. So that's one thing. And the other is that it will be a reminder, and there's also widgets that would remind them on which topic to study at what time. There will be an appropriate time for every subject given.
Mm-hmm. I think you need to add this part more clearly in your presentation and inside the app as well, you know. Otherwise, it's a good concept, good idea. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If that's all the questions, can we move on? Right, thank you, team. Next, we have PIES Team B from Private International English School, Abu Dhabi, talking on mental health.
Yes, 1 second. Can we just have some time, 1 minute, to set up?
Of course, guys.
1 minute, it's taking some time to share screen.
It says the host has disabled share screen.
What's your name?
Fahima Khalil Rahman.
It should work now.
Okay, how about we take a 10 minutes break? Yeah, sounds good. Okay, we'll take a 10 minutes break and we can be back by 11:30. Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay,
Okay,
thank you.
Thank you.
Team, I will come and help you now. Okay, welcome back, everyone. Private International English School, are you guys ready? PIES Team B?
Yes.
Yes.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, so we can start.
A very pleasant morning to everyone present here. We are Prize Team 2, and we are honored to present Project Mentis, a safe space away from the stresses we encounter daily, right in your pocket.
Mental health in today's world is a very sensitive subject, and it is very important. It is not often that we contribute towards mental health development, but with Mentis, we intend to change that.
Our app's core purpose is to curb a major yet common issue amongst teens and adults alike, the lack of awareness and the difficulty to open up and share problems. We strongly believe seeking help is nothing to be ashamed of. So we came up with a solution.
Therapy is not always the most comfortable thing to turn to, and in daily life, it's often hard to find a person who will listen to you. Communication issues are one major root to mental health problems.
With keeping that all in mind, we developed our app to tackle every one of these problems. Our app will provide a safe and positive environment to the user. With Menti, our app provides you with a bot who will listen to you, talk to you, and support you.
Combining Menti with several other incredible features, our app is a one-stop solution for you to keep your mental health in check. We developed this app while taking into consideration our daily concerns, so this app is meant for us, all of us here, on a ground level, and that is what makes it so easy to connect to.
Now let's see what our app is all about. You can log in straight away or sign up as a patient or therapist. On to Fahima to explain the patient's perspective.
So let's sign up as a patient. We have a quick 1-minute sign up, and just like that, we are done with it. So we have a few functions. I'll take you through each one of them. For physical health, we have the sleep monitor and the meditation session. The sleep monitor gives an analyzed graph for the user, and the meditation sessions are videos that the user can avail. Then we have the goals function, where you can add your goals and tick them once you've completed them. The schedule feature helps to make a proper schedule for the day. The objective behind the above two feature is that having many tasks to remember can be overwhelming for the user, but with proper motivation, which is our app, the user can accomplish more and reduce stress. The communication aspects help the user chat with the bot or call their therapist if they have one. The anonymous Q&A is where our users can anonymously ask any question they feel afraid to ask aloud, and our therapist will reply within the next 24 hours. With the music feature, the users can download their favorite songs or relaxing songs that they can listen to anywhere, anytime without any worry. The friends feature lets you connect with other users on the app. The other individuals most likely have faced the same problem as the users. This ensures the user that they're not alone in their journey. They could even help understanding the problems of the user and tell the user how to cope up with it. The games feature, which a selection of games is given to the user by the app. The self-help books feature, which is a number of books that the user can avail for free. The reminder feature, where you can add reminders for taking your medications on time, and many more. It is more useful for patients with Alzheimer's or other dementia. And finally, the Find Your Therapist option, which is for users who want to get connected with the therapist. This user is not available for users who are already connected with the therapist. Now let's see the app from the therapist perspective. On to Abdul.
The therapist also has the same exact features as the user. Sleep monitor generates the analyzed statistics for the therapist, which helps them understand the user's sleep pattern better and aid you accordingly. The goals feature lets the therapist understand the user better in what they want to achieve in life. The schedule and reminder shows them the best time to converse with the user and whether or not the user is doing what they're supposed to do and as taking their medication on time. The goals music and games helps better understand what their patients are going through by understanding how they play their games, what music they listen to, and what their goals they have. The patient feature helps monitor the progress of all their patients. Now on to the marketing strategy.
We offer a wide range and reach to the patients with better connectivity between the therapist and the patient as compared to just text messages on other platforms. Users can connect therapists as per their liking and if required can avail the services. For every transaction done on our app, we will be getting a down 10% commission. For spreading the word, we will be targeting popular social media platforms amongst teens, which are our target audience. With that, we thank Murdoch University for this opportunity. Over to the judges.
Thank you, team. Judges, do we have any questions?
If you don't mind, just a quick one. Have you already spoken to the therapist? Have you gotten any feedback?
Yes, ma'am.
Well, the therapist, yes,
okay.
Uday.
Okay, yes, ma'am. We have spoken to a few therapists, like from our families, and they've already said that more than often they have trouble contacting their patients, and the patients often don't respond to them since it's not always comfortable for them. So, keeping that in mind, we have imbibed those ideas into our app.
And from this, sorry, just follow up in the, just curious in the sense that how therapists would respond to that app in incorporating that into their practice, because I believe, especially when it comes to mental health, right, there'd be some legal considerations, which I think was mentioned by a judge before. Have you looked at that and how that fits into the DHA or whichever, whichever area you're trying to fit into with the regulations?
As far all the legal things comes, the main concern which could possibly come is within the privacy, and that's why for that we have verified therapists who and we can't just have anybody logging into our application. And of course, we have this particular feature of anonymous questions where no matter which user you are, you can freely ask any question you want, and the answers given to those are only by these particular verified therapists, and their profiles are out there for the users to check out, and if required, contact them as well.
I have a question, because at the beginning of presentation, you mentioned that you are a non-profit organization. And then we start moving towards 10% commission of transaction, and the therapist has to be verified and so on. And of course, like it's not just, as soon as you are a therapist, you can go and advise anything anywhere you want. Of course, there is you have to have your accreditation, locally, at all costs. So between non-profit or profit organization, this is my first question. And as you mentioned, especially if it's a free service for user, and already you spoke to one of your therapists from the home or friends, or I don't know, friends of parents maybe, and they say already that patients, they're not responding. How are you going? Like, this is very, very common, especially if you're giving a free stuff, people just don't care for free stuff. They don't care to show up, and they will not show up even themselves, right? So how are you going to tackle these 2 points?
Okay, so the first one, with the therapist and the relationship between the therapist and the patient. So to tackle that problem, that's why we have our AI chat bot Menti. So the patient will obviously, we know that rather than connecting with actual humans, people, they feel more open towards inanimate objects. So that's why a person knows that if he talks to our chatbot Menti, he feels more secure, he feels more private. And if there are any concerns to be highlighted, or if there's something which our AI bot has found out, if it has addressed a problem, then this report goes directly to the therapist. So the therapist knows exactly what's going on, and addressing those situations, then afterwards the therapist can move on and say that, okay, if this is the problem, then I can help you sort it out, or I can help you cope up with this. So is the problem which usually is being faced is that it takes a long time for the person to actually open up, and for the therapist to identify what the problem is. So that's how we are going to curb the issue with our chat box. So the chat box will know, will talk to the person, will know what the problem is. The report is being sent to the therapist, and now once the therapist knows what the exact problem is, now they can start tackling the situation. And then as for the non-profit part, the commissions which we are going to take, it's only for the cost of running the app, and we are also planning on partnering up with several other non-profit organizations as well. And our app is I would say, the byproduct of the main thing which we want to promote, and that is we want to create a drive. We want to create a whole message that mental health is just as important as physical health, and being seeking help is nothing to be ashamed of. Seeking help is there's no harm in it. Everybody has to, and this is our main idea and our main philosophy, and the app is just a byproduct of it.
I think I'm struggling to find the core functionality of this app because there's so many functions to it. If you have to highlight a core functionality, what would that be?
Okay, so in our app, there are two main functions. One is for the person to be able to cope up with, let's say they have had a bad day or a rough period within their life. Then it's for them to cope up with that. And another one is just not being able to cope up with it, but for them to have an idea of what they're going to do ahead. That's why we have all these other functions such as music, talking to other members in the community, self-help books, games, and everything. So it helps not just a person to get into the right frame of mind, but also gets them motivated to do something to fix the problem which they have.
Would this app help me to find a therapist to help me to connect, or is it just so that I can continue my discussion with my therapist in an easy-to-way format?
Actually, it can be both, because if users, like new users, they can come in, they can find a therapist onto their liking, start up a conversation and connect to the therapist, or let's say existing patients of therapists, if they do not know about the app, they can readily come in and then start connecting with the therapist within the app. Our app is mainly just a platform for both types of users. Nice. And can I answer the question in the chat, or should I just type it?
Possible for you to type it out?
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much. And judges, that's it for today. If you guys have more questions, feel free to message on the chat. Can we move to the next team?
Thank you.
Thank you.
We have Team Alpha from Aaron English High School Boys, Sharjah. They'll be talking about fitness. Welcome, Team Alpha.
Thank you. So is everyone ready? Yeah. Yes. Okay. So Sadiq wakes up 7:30 in the morning, jumps forward into his mouth and makes a jog to the office. He speeds past other cars on the highway as the Indy 500. He reaches his office, listens to his boss rambling about sales, head back home at 8, and lives on top of the couch for the rest of the day. Sounds familiar, right?
According to a survey, 1 in 3 adults is overweight. Now, this is a problem on a big scale, pun intended. Well, after some in-depth research, we have found out that the most significant contributing factors are the lack of motivation to achieve their fitness goals, laziness, and lack of time. But what if we told you that we have found a solution? Introducing Dawn, a new realm in the fitness industry. Now, hold on, it's not your other petty fitness app that comes pre-installed on your phone. It's a whole new way how you look at your fitness.
And well, how exactly are we sailing this lifeboat? And firstly, incentivization. Users gain rewards when they work out, thus feeling motivated after completing it. And secondly, XP boost. This is basically a buddy system, as when users do workouts with their friends, they can get more XP, helping to increase the user base. And lastly, personalization. Rewards are based on the user's interests, which keep them inclined to finish their tasks to get their favorite rewards.
Well, what makes us unique from the rest? Well, we have an array of features and benefits. Rewards. We provide major and minor rewards after completing workouts over a period of time, which makes user complete their goals. Secondly, AI tracking of the workout. By integrating artificial intelligence into the app, we track the workout to check if it's being performed correctly in real time. Thirdly, streaks. When users complete workout consecutively without missing days, they gain streaks, which can increase their XP gain.
As depicted, the market for fitness apps continues to grow, which shows that it's a very valuable market and is worth looking into.
If you look at the current market share, it is dominated by companies that offer fitness tracking but not the motivation needed to push the users to continue to use the app. We aim to change this.
Our target service providers are established companies, startups, and also organic-based companies.
Coming to the feasibility, the project requires revenue for managing, improving the data servers and AI tracking of the workouts. Another task is to convince the service providers, but we have several convincing benefits to bring them on board.
These include new customers. Providing coupons is an extremely effective way at attracting new customers, which will certainly boost their sales. Increased brand awareness. With the app's advertising potential and reach and word of mouth publicity, brands will become more prominent among users. Thirdly, increased reputation. Association of companies with a brand which promotes fitness and good health would promote a good public image of the brand with consumers.
Now, how is the app sustained? There are 3 key ways in which we are planning to monetize the app. Firstly, through brand partnership. When brands come onto a platform, a nominal fee will be charged for every customer that successfully makes a purchase with the brand. Secondly, ads on the homepage. And lastly, through premium subscription. This provides the user with personalized workout, XP boost, and removal of all ads from the app.
As a wise one said, the only bad workout is no workout.
All this would not have been possible without our team working tirelessly to make the best app we could. Now, on to the prototype.
So this is the first screen of the app. As we can get started and we can sign up with Apple. Some of the features are adding your favorite activities, tracking your easily any activity, and also viewing your weekly progress. Here we can choose our interests, and according to the order in which the interests are chosen, you will get the rewards accordingly. As we continue, we can see we can tap here to record an activity, you can message your friends, view and track your recent activities, search for new activities, and also view your profile and change settings. This is the main screen of the app where you can see the posts from your friends and also like and comment on these posts. You can also chat with your friends as is shown here. And if I click a contact, I can talk to him about workouts or anything else. As we move along, we can tap on the activity tab to see the activities throughout the month and a small reward at the end of each week. And if we tap the week section, we can see for each day you're given a choice between 2 exercises to do what you want. And this is a cycle for each day, and currently I'm in day 4. And here, if you click here, I can see there's a streak system where I can get more XP if I do exercises consecutively without missing days. And if I go to the search tab, I can see the different activities that are available, and I can also discover new activities. This is a profile tab where you can see your interests, your friends, and pretty much standard. Over here, we can see tracking your activity, where you can track your activity, which is tracked by artificial intelligence using predefined workouts and also other algorithms. We can go back and we can also view our progress. So if we click here, for example, we can see we are currently in week 1 and this slowly progresses throughout the day or throughout the month. And there's also the marketplace where you can use the XP that you have earned to buy coupons or offers from these companies. So that's basically our app. So thank you.
Thank you very much, team. Judges, do we have any questions for our team?
How are you guys going to ensure so that so my main understanding of this app is that the more that you use this app and you engage with it and you do your workouts, you're going to get rewards, which are going to end up being coupons or discounts from companies. How are you going to ensure to get these rewards? How can you provide these rewards to the customers?
That's by partnering up with the companies. Since, as we mentioned, we have benefits for the companies to be associated with us as we are a health app, right? So it creates publicity that they are also going into the health industry, and it's a good way for them to become related with us. Also, ensuring coupons is because of publicity. And Nitin, you can take over.
And also, I would like to add, like, initially we would not approach these big companies like Apple or Samsung or anything. We would mostly target these small companies that are based on the organic sector, but so that since they're just starting out, they don't have much advertisement, they don't have much publicity. So what we are offering them is a chance for publicity with our app users. So basically, like, it's basically how referral links works. So they give us a referral link and we get a small nominal fee for each users that use their product. So we are technically giving advertisement to the small companies, so they have a benefit of working with us.
But what would be the real motivation for customers to use this app? Is it, I'm going to go into this app to work out and to improve myself, or is it just to get the rewards?
So one of the major problems with most fitness apps, as I've noticed, like, yes, they offer competitiveness with your friends and other features that are common in most health apps. But what the problem is that most fitness app users drop out in the middle because they don't have the motivation to continue. Maybe it gets boring, or by offering coupons, it's just suppose an incentivization. Suppose you're interested in tech and I'm offering a $50 discount for some certain tech product that you're obsessed with. So basically, you are working towards towards that goal while having the motivation to work on yourself too, in the same way. So it's basically providing a motivation to keep on continuing a fitness goal without dropping out in the middle.
I think it's really important for you guys to think very well on what will be the main motivation, what's the main outcome of using this app, because typically when you are, if you want to change the way how you look, or you're not happy with your fitness, etc., you need to have a long-term motivation for you to continue to be committed, instead of rewards basically are just like very small carrots that it's a very short-term vision for anybody that's going to, like, it's a very short-term reward or motivation for somebody to continue in the app. Whereas, let's say, changing the way how you look requires a lot more of commitment. So I think it's more about the results. You need to be thinking about more about how you going to ensure that the people are getting what they want, which is that changing their body or changing their fitness and their overall well-being, more than just the rewards. I think that's just an additional thing, but you need to make sure that the app is actually getting the results. The customers are getting the results that they need.
Yeah, sure. That's why we are trying to, basically what our main goal is with the app is, like, we're trying to make it like a normal fitness app with the rewards as a bonus for the motivation aspect. So all the basic functionalities of the fitness app, like competing with your friends and performing activities and recording your activities, are all included in the app. But the rewards are just a side, basically, for your motivation to continue using the app. So you're achieving your fitness goals, but just to make the user stay on the app is the rewards. So the fitness in the end of the goal is basically achieved along with the rewards. So that's what we are planning to do.
And also we have a buddy system. So conducting a survey, I have read online that by a Harvard student, which published a survey that doing exercise with your friends has more impact. Like, you're more likely to continue working on yourself if you're working out with your friend or someone, rather than doing it alone. So that's why we're including the buddy system in the app.
I have also
small comment. Sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. We're running late on time, so.
Okay.
Is it possible for you to mention the question on chat?
Sure.
I'm so sorry. All right, team. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Right, let's move on to the next team. We have JSSPS Team B from JSS Private School Dubai, talking on student life. Are you guys ready?
Yes, we are.
All right, I will start when you're ready.
A very good afternoon to one of our present here. We are Team Megalodon and we are representing JSS Private School. These are my following team members.
Hello. Hey, school is not the same anymore. This year was so much in confusion, half online classes and half on-site classes, all mixed up. My notes are not in order and I missed few classes in middle. Also, today was a first year end exam. How did that go? My chemistry exam didn't go that great. I feel like I have no one to talk to.
I used to feel the same way, but recently, some of us in our school, we came up with this app called Terranium to help us deal with this very issue.
Oh, what's that?
You know what? Come on a video call with me and Divyesh, and we'll explain what Terranium is all about.
Hey Rohan, Sam told me about what you were discussing. So Terranium is basically an inter-school networking app. The app aims to serve as a platform for students to help streamline their academic work and connect with each other to share ideas.
The main reason why we created this app was because, just like you, we as students felt isolated and overwhelmed at school. And especially with COVID, social life at school has taken a hiatus. Student councils, student clubs haven't been functioning, and there's no proper line of communication.
Uranium is a mini ecosystem that seeks to enhance students' academic and social life at school through a carefully designed features which fits the need of every single student out there. So these are the 5 main features of this app. They have been named accordingly based on their functionality.
Firstly, we have the town hall. It's where official school announcements take place and student council meetings occur. We also conduct surveys and polls here. Then we have the classroom. It's where you can find your course materials, keep track of your academics, and receive classroom updates. We also have many sub-features like to-do lists, video lectures, integrated notes where students can upload their notes for everyone else in the grade to have access to, and also a Q&A forum where you can ask and clear your doubts.
Up next, we have Clubhouse. We believe that students learn outside just as much they learn inside the classroom. So Clubhouse is where students are encouraged to participate in different extracurricular activities, namely dancing, singing, debate clubs, etc. You name it. Next, we have The Wall. This is where all your personal documents relating to your school life will be in. In this way, we made sure that you never have to search for any of these documents when you need them. The last feature we have is one of the very best features of this app. It's called the Lighthouse. Keeping in mind that students actually thrive not just when they're physically healthy, but also when they're mentally strong. This feature lets a student talk to a counselor about how he is feeling or how was his day, or literally anything that would boost him to be who he is.
Now we have a quick overview for the prototype of the app. The login page you enter it through your school registration ID. Then the feed opens up to your classroom where you get your classroom updates. Then you have your navigation portal to get into your different sub features of the app.
This all looks and sounds good, but how do you plan to sustain it?
Well, we have a monetization strategies. Firstly, we have a subscription plan where we offer our services to schools and other educational institutions. The cost depends on the size and other customizations the school requires, but on average, we plan to keep the cost as about $10.80 per student per year. We also generate revenue through our ads, and also we partner up with governments and other organizations on shared projects. We also sell merchandises like educational resources and notebooks and textbooks on the app.
Up next, we have the marketing strategies that we as an app would like to implement on. We have social media promotions, email advertisements, school magazine promotions, pitching to educational institutions and enterprises, and mobile ads. These are some of the finest reviews that we got from some of our students and teachers in different parts of our school. Thank you.
Thank you, team. That was a wonderful presentation. Judges, do you have any questions?
Thank you, team. Just a quick question, sorry. So your key audience, your key target customer, is it going to be school first and then the students, or is it students first and then the school? And will it work if the school doesn't sign up?
It's the school first, so the school has to buy the package, and only then will the students have access to it, because it's a closed intra-networking system.
Okay, and have you done any conversations with the schools? What was their response?
Particularly when we first obviously talked to our school, they loved the idea because a lot of the social activities at school weren't occurring because of COVID. due to social distancing norms and everything. And it was a really good way to connect the students and the school faculty.
Okay, and other schools, because I know that different schools have got their own platforms, especially been obviously improving them during COVID.
So what we plan on is first to start from our school and make it to inter-school platforms. So I know each and every school has their own platform to work on, but there's no such thing in which they have all the three things that we are providing in one app. So which is basically what we are providing as an app. So also we plan on selling this not just to the schools, but also we are planning to provide individual subscriptions if the student is interested based on the marketing strategies that we used upon. So majority of this time on social media, there's no particular school that is going to see our ad much comparatively to the individuals who are going to be looking at the ad. So if they're interested, they can also sign up individually.
Do we have any more questions?
I just have one more question. I quite like the concept in such that you have a mini school in your pocket. I just don't know how you're going to get schools to change their system and change all the data that they have to interwork with your app. That's going to be a major challenge. But I think I want to know more about the clubs and how students are going to communicate or interact with one another, and how are they going to establish a club? Maybe just highlight the format in which they're going to interact with one another. Is it going to be face-to-face, Zoom, chats, or anything like that?
So the platform that the students are going to work on is basically according to the guidelines given by the government. So if online or virtual classes are more encouraged, then we'll switch to Zoom. But once the norms have gotten down, then we'll definitely switch to on-site classes.
Well, the way they interact basically is that the schools already have student clubs where students are part of, and they're all put into their clubs, and they can interact with each other through their club feeds, which the app provides, and they can also communicate and schedule meetings on the app.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you so much, team. It was a wonderful presentation. Next up, we have PPS Team B, Pristine Private School Dubai, talking on collaboration.
I just wanted to clarify. I said that in the qualifier round as well. There was a mistake with the theme. It's student life, not collaboration.
What is the mistake?
The theme was mistaken as collaboration. It's actually student life. I said that in the qualifier round as well.
All right, sorry. So Pristine Private School Dubai on student life.
Yep, we'll start now.
Right.
The world has entered a new digital age where learning and technology has arrived at a crossroad. That's why we present to you Atlas. On the surface, it looks like just another revision app, but Atlas takes the test-based approach one step further, giving you real-time feedback and tracking your progress along the way, using machine learning to provide you with an accurate predicted grade with every question you take, all wrapped up in an intuitive interface that makes things easy and a minimalistic design to keep you focused on what matters.
Optimizing a page for processing visual information is about communicating as much as you can in as few elements as possible. To enhance focus and simplicity, we designed the app with a monochromatic color palette, including dark mode. The icons are simple, and there is barely any more text than necessary for the user to understand. We want this app to be user-friendly, and we believe that the visual aspects of it are as essential as functionality.
With the use of machine learning and metadata, our data analysis provides information organized in terms of course, subject, year, and variant for individuals and groups on which specific topics need to be revised. This serves as the provision of real-time data regarding student progression. It also provides pattern recognition features to deal with the lack of data for teachers to process the predicted grades of students. It may not provide an ultimatum to predicted grades, but it optimizes the process of understanding student development throughout the course, providing a powerful analytics tool for educational institutes.
The use of testing to enhance the learning of students is a debated topic all over the education industry, and it is the basis of Atlas. Social experiments have shown that testing is a superior method of learning, as it is more effective in retaining knowledge as compared to traditional restudy methods. An example would be the two-tier test-based approach in improving computer programming skills of students. An experiment was conducted on a college computer programming course to see how effective the approach would be. In short, it was proven that the two-tier test-based approach had helped students understand the concepts better. Therefore, Atlas aims to achieve a similar goal in helping students understand and remember concepts effectively. Through the use of machine learning, it will be able to construct optimum tests for a student to further help them in their learning journey.
To effectively reach our target market of high school students, we are making use of social media marketing, where the ever-increasing popularity of platforms is crucial to effectively market our app, and hosting subject-specific competitions in cooperation with schools on our platform to increase involvement in the educational community, to build a sound reputation for effective word-of-mouth marketing, where our outstanding product quality is the main driving factor for existing customers to spread the good word.
Since our target market consists of high school students, we conducted a questionnaire to understand their opinions and requirements in order to implement crucial elements into our app.
Due to our priority of making Atlas integrate with current school systems, we are relying on the software as a service approach, earning money through a yearly fee to partner schools, for which we will change the UI with logo and branding of the school and provide administrators with powerful analytic tools for their students. We will also give the option of individual subscriptions at a lower cost, subsidized by the partnerships with the schools.
So we'll do a quick demo running on the iPhone 13, running on the latest version of iOS. We'll switch over to dark mode to demonstrate our dynamic UI. So here's the UI components. We'll put it into cards with a timeline in the bottom. The front-end center is a graph showing the predicted grades and the actual grades. The subject selection screen has a variety of subjects and questions given as flashcards, where they can click and they can find the answer. The bookmark page has the bookmarked questions for later reference. The profile page has profile information that can be updated, so it integrates with the school systems. The questions page has indexed all of CIE's current papers, so they can search a query and they can get the paper, the question paper where it's from, alongside the marking scheme with the PDF viewer integrated into the app. And one more thing is that this app is cross-platform and available for both iPadOS and macOS. And that concludes our presentation. We'd like to take any questions you might have.
I have a question. I actually like the concept. So if I'm understanding this app well, this is an app for students to review, so to prepare for their school examinations before they take the actual exams in high schools. Is that the purpose of this?
Well, this is a bit more long-term. So in our school, and I think it applies to many different other schools, common practice is to review the past paper questions, which will give you not only an understanding of the subject and the topic, but it also helps you answer questions relating to that. And we took that thing that we deal with almost every single day, and we turned it into an app.
Who's going to design the content of the app? Because you will require somebody in the backend basically to say, to summarize or to create the questions that the students will be answering. How are you going to produce that?
That's actually a really interesting question. We couldn't include it due to time reasons, but how we get the questions is we use CIE papers, which is the syllabus we follow at our school, and we take the PDFs and we're able to dynamically extract the questions, screenshot and extract the questions and turn that into our database model. So that's all done automatically, and all we have to do is provide past paper questions, which we license under Cambridge.
Thank you.
Sorry, just quickly, could you highlight what is the exact problem statement you're targeting?
The problem statement that we're targeting is revision, where this is included in the start. So Atlas is helping students learn and revise. That's our core goal and our core idea with the app. And we took this idea that we do past paper questions every single day, and we turned that into an actual marketable product that we are showcasing here.
Why can't I revise without using the app?
Well, you can, but then you won't get the analytics and tracking of the normal app. And I think in terms of predicted grades, because of the coronavirus, we have seen that we don't have exams. We do formative assessments, and we get a predicted grade by our teachers or by an institutional organization. And this empowers students with those tools that are used by these institutions and these teachers, and helps them study in a way that adapts to that.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Is there any questions in the chat?
Thanks for your presentation. I have a quick question just about business model. You mentioned in your presentation that you surveyed, I think, some students. I was keen to understand the sample size of the students. And a second follow-up question is, you mentioned also in your presentation that ultimately your schools and school management is your target market. Can I ask if you, from any insights, did you test this idea with school leadership, and what was the feedback from school leadership on this particular app concept?
Right, so I'll answer the first part, which is the sample size was, I believe, is it listed? Okay, so it was about 20 to 30 people. Unfortunately, we couldn't get a bigger one because of time constraints and the unfortunate time period we decided to take the survey. If we were to actually develop this, we would have a much larger, at least 200 people in the sample size, so that we can have more accurate analysis of the data. But in terms of school leadership, we have gone to our counselor and we have taken advice from the teachers and administrators of what they really are looking for in an app, and with other partnerships that our school has done with certain platforms. I think that's why we mainly, after taking that information, is how we created the software as a service model. Because when you do a software as a service model, then the schools and organizations can take our app, they can brand it however they like, and offer it as an additional service and as part of the school tuition. So I think that is, I hope that answers your question.
Thank you very much. That's great.
Yep.
Thank you very
Anything
much,
else?
Steve. Oh,
okay.
If that's all, can we move on?
Yep.
Right. So next up we have JC Team X, Jumeirah College Dubai, on student life.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. Welcome. I present to you Study Swift, an app designed and developed by Team X from Jumeirah College. In this day and age, students today are facing a major problem when they're trying to increase their academic performance, and a key contributor to this is their inefficient planning and time management. We have also interviewed many students in recent times as they have been exposed to unknown scenarios. The common theme that we have recognized is that many students are having trouble managing their time due to their great workload, and have therefore seen a decrease in their own overall grades. After doing some more research, we also know that 30% of students in the last year have reported feeling depressed. And this may be a surprise, but if we think about it, there are many distractions in today's world which compromise the students' ability to manage their work schedule effectively, and as a result, they may not be living up to their academic potential. This is not good for students' well-being and mental health, as they may also be pressured both at school and at home mainly to deliver. Our solution is an app that allows students to create a unique timetable specific to different students' needs, and also have study sessions which will help clear their doubts. This app will allow students to save time and be as productive as possible. Any spare time they can use for leisure, and this could help their mental health. The homepage has 4 different buttons that each navigate to different sections of the app and each optimize the student's learning experience. The app also has a leaderboard feature which motivates students to achieve their goals but also promotes healthy competition within peers. An important aspect to our app is the pricing, as we wanted it to be affordable for students. As a result, our app will be available to everyone for free for the first month so that students can check it out and get comfortable with it. Afterwards, they can choose to get a monthly subscription, which will cost 3.99 dirhams a month, or a yearly subscription, which will cost 45 dirhams a year. However, there is also an option for users to use the free version, which would provide the same features except for the messages and study session parts in our app. To help sell our app, we would also have a few marketing strategies we would like to use. Some of them include advertisements on social media, but we would also like to pitch our idea to educational firms such as GEMS, who have a larger influence on students, and so will help us spread awareness about our app and benefit themselves from it as well. Our financial projections are if 1,000 people buy the premium version of our app, the estimated profit we have calculated is around 28,000 dirhams, assuming we have earned a revenue of 46,000 dirhams, 50% bi-monthly and 50% bi-yearly. As we would like to invest some of our earnings back into our app, such as increasing the numbers of servers we have or increase the cloud storage space. All of this will be an attempt to make an even higher quality app, which students enjoy using. This will bring us brand loyalty in the long term. I would now like to pass it on to Mustafa.
Yeah, it's pretty like self-explanatory. We're not gonna get any extra points.
So when the user first opens the app, they're met with the home screen and they're prompted to continue. There are 4 functions available: schedule, study sessions, Pomodoro, and social. The schedule function allows the student to see their tasks for the day. So at 5:30 I have math and at 7:30 I have physics. I can also select group sessions. Group sessions, basically, I can go to any subject I want, for example, physics. I can enter this session and call with my friends. Once I'm done with this, I can go back home. I can also access study sessions directly. And if I can go to any subject I want. So for example, I can go to German and I can have a session with them as well. There's also a Pomodoro feature. The Pomodoro features is integrated within the schedule of the user, enabling them to be much more efficient when revising. We've also included a table which shows the hours completed for a specific subject. For example, on Friday, I did 5 hours of work. There's also a socials tab. The social tab allows people to interact with other users. For example, Kevin needs help with math today. Kevin then begins a session. I join the session and help out Kevin. Once I finish the session, I can return to messages and interact with anyone else who needs me or if I need them. There's also a leaderboard page. The leaderboard page allows students to display their current streak progress, allowing a competitive nature involved within the app. There's also, as you can see, a 6-day streak. The 6-day streak means that I've worked 20 minutes or more for 6 days, and I'm currently ranked 4th in chemistry. Now I'd like to pass it on to Ryan to actually explain the algorithm involved in constructing the schedule.
Right, so we've created a code basically that will create the timetable for you. So it's over here. And when we run it, it's going to ask us how many subjects we'd like to create our study plan for. So for example, we can type in 1 and we can enter, for example, math. And it checks basically subjects.txt, which is like a text file with a bunch of different subjects. Obviously, there's not all of them, but there's like the vast majority of them. And I can say, okay, I want to study math for 4 hours in the week. And say I'm not happy with the subjects I picked, I can type C to change it. I can add a subject, for example, design technology or DT. And I can say, okay, I want to study it for 5 hours this week. Once I'm happy with that, I can press Q to quit. And it's going to ask me what times I'm free throughout the week. So I can say, okay, I'm free on Monday between 4 p.m. after school until 8 p.m. And let's say I'm not free on Tuesday or Wednesday, I can press S to skip, but I am free on Thursday. I can do, for example, okay, I'll hit enter to continue and go from 5 p.m. to 9 p.m. Let's say I'm not free on Friday, but I'm free on Saturday. I can say, okay, I'm free from 3 p.m. 6 p.m. And I am free on Sunday from 2 p.m. to 7 p.m. Based on that, it generates me a timetable on how I can follow using the Pomodoro method. And this is good because instead of the tedious method of, writing out the thing yourself, it removes that entire process. You can instead just get it to generate for you. And I'd also like to add on that our project, it incorporates both mental health, collaboration, and student life to make the ultimate, combination. Thanks.
Yeah, this is our team, and thank you. We're open for any questions.
Thank you very much, team. Judges, do we have any questions for them?
I do have a question about the Pomodoro technique. Are you going to ensure that when students are using the Pomodoro technique, I guess that once they have a established schedule, they're going to be using the Pomodoro technique to be more effective with their studies. How are you going to ensure that, because it is an app, right? And in the app, how are you going to ensure that the students are not going to get distracted when they are studying?
So the app includes a study session feature, right? That is a section where we can interact with other students who are studying the same subject, but that's an option entirely. The Pomodoro technique basically allows the student to study efficiently, and we basically do that for them. So then they open the app and they can see what they're doing at that specific time, and then they close the app. Or if they want to study with someone else doing that same subject, they can do that. And these are monitored by many people, by our staff, if there are any distractions. So yeah.
Thank you.
Do we have any more questions? Okay, I guess your presentation was so clear, we don't have questions. Let's move on to the next team. PPS Teams A, Pristine Private School Dubai, on fitness.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Hi everyone, I'm Fiza of PPS Team A, and I will be presenting the idea of our fitness app, Every Move. The name of our app comes from the fact that every move counts for those who may struggle with mobility. Through brainstorming, we came up with the name Every Move. Here are our user stories. This is Mr. Ram's story, who has joint pain. This makes it difficult for him to drive and wait in lines for the physiotherapist. And next is Mediti, who is a hemiparesis patient and is unable to move one side of her upper limb. This makes mobility difficult when the physiotherapist cannot visit her. Next is Khalid. He is a busy man who works and who suffers from back pain and is looking for a way to track his exercise while he finishes his work.
So the purpose, mobility issues can be improved through this app. The exercises can be tailored to strengthen their weak side. After consulting a doctor or physiotherapist for exercises, the app will assist users in the same way a physiotherapist would. App principle. Wearable sensors such as gyroscopes and accelerometers are used to collect data about a variety of people. The data is used to train the machine learning model. This is then used in the app. So how does it work? Through the sensors on the watch, the user's data about exercises is collected. Next, every move will compare it to the set value and then advise the user on how to move based on the algorithm. The patient will be able to see their progress on every move, and a detailed report will be provided to the doctor to track their progress.
Next is our color scheme. We chose green and blue, both colors to create a comforting and dynamic atmosphere for our audience to keep them committed to their journey of recovery and a healthy lifestyle.
After conducting a market analysis, we basically identified that there's a large majority of people that face functional limitations, and this basically provides them a range of logistical and structural barriers preventing them from having greater physical activity. So previous mobile health applications have resulted in success through the incorporation of behavioral change techniques, including goal setting and self-monitoring and more. Although there are thousands of fitness apps that are available for the general population, very few have been developed specifically for people with physical disabilities. Therefore, identifying this gap in the market, we had chosen to produce Every Move.
So now coming to the features of the app, you can scan the QR code to get an insight of the app features.
The Steps Today feature allows the user to track how many steps the user has taken in a day. It displays multiple exercises, each suited to the parts of the body, and redirects the user to the exercises offered, including cardiovascular, strength training, and flexibility exercises, along with video tutorials on how to carry them out. Furthermore, the Progress feature helps to provide us a motivation for the user to target their next exercises to improve on their fitness skills in the long run. The voice recognition feature will allow the user who lack hearing to find it easier to navigate and understand that.
The strengths of the app are that people with cognitive impairment or impaired vision can access the app through voice recognition to make it easier for them. And the app is free and saves time, as people don't have to visit a doctor to help them with what exercises to perform. On the weaknesses, we have no log of nutritional information for the individual, and our app cannot fully function without having to depend on the internet. In the opportunities, we have targets people of determination and older people, and personalized application functions depending upon the individual goal and set target. In the threats, we have that elderly people may be unwilling to learn advanced technology or may feel as though they are too old to exercise and keep themselves fit, and potential competition from other established fitness applications such as MyFitnessPal have prominent users.
For our financial planning, we came up with a subscription feature that consists of exercises which can generate profit from the app. Although our app is generally free, in order for us to enhance our monetization effect, our app offers in-app purchases, such as paid sets of video fitness lessons or sports bonuses. It can also be sponsored and supported by the government and health centers. Considering not many people are able to afford insurance, our app offers discount codes an individual can use to show any pharmacy in their locale to purchase assistive devices such as canes, crutches, etc.
Our likely user feedback is that every move allows exercise to be done in the comfort of their homes when physio sessions may not be available. It allows doctors to monitor patients' progress, moreover, allows users to prioritize their work as well as their health. Thank you.
Oh, thank you, team. That was a wonderful presentation. Judges, do we have any questions for our team?
I think mine is more of a technical nature. So you want to measure the activity of people that don't have a normal range of functionalities like walking. So for instance, how would you measure the activities of a person sitting in a wheelchair? So how would you measure his steps or his activities done? Is there a method for doing that?
So there's for a person sitting in a wheelchair, obviously that person doesn't move, right? So steps won't be counted. However, for that person, movements, as said, that we have already taken data of people before the values. So it from gyroscope and accelerometer. So that will be compared to the values of the people, like the person on the wheelchair, to those values to check whether they have the same values and what are the difference from normal people and what is the difference in their range of motion.
Okay, good. So you have thought of a solution to that problem. Thanks.
Yeah, machine learning. So there will be already machine learning models installed in the app.
Just a comment from me. I really like your use of data and a SWOT analysis. From my perspective, did you do a horizon scan in terms of other similar apps on the market? And could you share some insights around what you might have found from a horizon scan of other apps like this?
There are many apps. There are many apps about people like there are not many apps which they have found are aimed for market audience. So
We can hear you.
okay.
So basically, there aren't many apps. There are apps for fitness for normal people, but for people with disabilities, there aren't any apps specific to count how they move, about their exercise. There aren't any apps as far as we have searched. There aren't any app that are really as a competitor. There aren't any.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are.
Okay, so elaborating to what Isa said, what I first wanted to say was that usually apps are not aimed towards people with disabilities. These fitness apps are usually aimed towards young people who are looking to be fit or build muscle, so fitness freaks. And there aren't many apps on the market which focus on disabilities. Therefore, we identified this gap in the market, which could help this niche demographic, which is why we chose such an idea.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, guys. That was an amazing presentation. Can we move on to our last team today?
Yes, ma'am. Should we start?
Is this JSSPS Team A from
Yes, ma'am.
Dubai on Student Life?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, you can start now. All the best, guys.
Thank you, ma'am. So we are Team We Care. Our team includes me, Divya, Ranveer, and Sanjay. So now Ranveer is going to give us an elevator pitch.
In a class of 25 students, at least 5 kids suffer from problems they can't or don't talk about. Maybe they were afraid of being made fun of, or they do not have anyone to turn to for support. Our solution was a result of our concern. We have created an app where you can enjoy a safe and relaxed environment while being yourself without being judged.
So the analysis which we have done through user stories.
So we basically got 5 results, out of which we chose 2. So student 1 said that he wants an app which can help him directly communicate with the counselor. He needs it because it will help him to get through hard times and always have someone to turn to. And student 2, she said that she wants an app which will help her with her everyday problems. She needs it because sometimes it's tough and it becomes even tougher when she has nobody to talk to.
So now we're going to show the prototype.
Yeah, so as you can see, I'll be explaining the prototype of our app. So as you open the app, you'll see the login page where you can see the email and password. As you enter, you already have an account and just press enter. So if you don't have an account, just press sign up button and you can give your email, password and confirm password, and then you'll have an account ready. So as you press enter, you can see a page where it directs you to these subtopics as report bullying, talk to the counselor, where you can be more open as you can. So for example, as you report the bullying, you can give the bully's name and describe what actually happened. So as you click enter, your response will be submitted and your counselors will look into the matters as soon as possible. And for another example, I can give you the talk with a student, as you can share your queries or problems with specialized students acquired by us who will be answering these questions. And as you click enter, you will see the same page as that was there for report bullying.
So now Divyam is going to explain us the revenue model.
Now we're going to explain the revenue model. So our target audience is students aged 8 to 17, and our main source of revenue will be schools, collaborations, and in-app advertisements. The app will be completely free to download and will include no in-app purchases or extra subscriptions, but only students of collaborated schools will be able to access it.
So now we're going to explain the marketing plan.
Our pricing strategy is that we want to keep the app completely free and we want it to be accessible to everyone. We're going to be promoting ourselves by using online advertisements, which are very inexpensive and help us to reach a number of students. We also do this by collaborating with schools, where the school markets us using posters and banners, which markets us at no cost and also increases the productivity of students and guarantees their well-being. Now a huge question arises. How much is the market? The answer to that is very simple. There is no market. WeCare has discovered, the team WeCare has discovered a completely new idea, a completely new app, and a completely new market. We make the market, we top the charts. So now another question is that why don't we use AI in our app and what is the final plan? The reason why we don't use AI in our app is that AI doesn't have emotions, and in a situation where the mental health of a student is critical, AI could give a wrong response, which could lead to a step for the worse. Our final plan is to launch the app in GSS private school in the next 6 months. We have already communicated with GSS counseling department, and after coding the final app, we'll be launching it on both Play Store and App Store. Business-wise, our plan is to partner with as many schools in UAE as possible. This could be very huge, as there are 143 private schools in UAE and about 35,000 private schools globally, which is a very huge potential market. After getting the foothold in UAE, we want to go towards India with cheaper prices, which would be more competitive to the market and would be accessible to everyone. Thank you. We are open to any questions, and I would be more than happy to answer them.
Thank you so much, team. Judges, do we have any questions?
Yes, I have a question. A very good idea, really going towards direction of having a space to be yourself, your best self, probably isolated. I haven't seen inside the app window the feature where you kind of be yourself in the private space, reporting a bullying and all that stuff. It's good as well. Maybe if it's a kind of secure circle where you're talking to yourself, or some support, as you say, as a student, for example, can help. Then that student also should be like at the level that they know how to. Because we are towards coaching direction, like I would say that student need to be like a coach itself, right? Another thing is when you're saying being yourself without judging, probably the best way would be to give them an exercise on how to, not just that they report the bullying, but exercise on how to, make your own barriers, how to answer correctly. This type of activities may lead to better result than just, reporting to counselor, because eventually it's like, we call it a little bit child position or the adult position when you're taking responsibility for yourself. So have you thought about adding this type of exercises improvement, especially if you don't want to use the AI in there? Then you need to kind of open a little bit bigger pie for them as a content. Why to come to you as a content? Have you thought about this?
Yes, ma'am, we have thought about this. As we'll answer your first question first. So the students will be 100% coached by the counselors, and most of the things will be supervised by the counselors, and most of the things will be answered by the counselors, so that there is no wrong information being sent to the students, as that could lead to very bad steps again. And the second question where you talked about the content, yes, ma'am, we have thought about that also, and we had the counseling department actually had recommended us the same thing, that we need to add like either a quiz or an exercise which actually tells the student how his mental health is and how to overcome it. So yeah, I hope that answers the question, and we are very thankful for your feedback.
All right, do we have any more questions?
Conscious of time, I'm gonna put everything like you said in the form.
Thank you, Angelina.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
And thank you, team.
Right.
Thank you for presenting.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you, team. Thank you, judges, for your valuable feedback. It's been amazing to see all these presentations and to look at all the teams on what solutions you have provided. It'll be a difficult decision for the judges to make, I'm sure. Let's take a quick 10 minutes break and I should see you back.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
Thank you. All right, is everyone back?
Yes.
Yep.
Oh. Yes, ma'am.
All right. Do we have a judges? Can we hear a few words from y'all? Do you have any feedbacks to give to our students? Kelly, would you like to start?
Sure, love to. Look, I've just been absolutely delighted to hear from these 12 amazing teams, but I know there were many more teams that participated in previous rounds of the hackathon, but your ideas, your effort and your collaborations are simply first class. And I think for me, every single person who's participated in this hackathon are winners, and the future is very bright in your hands. I've been really impressed by the team's thinking around the problem and the problem statement, and trying to find a solution that fits, and particularly the app designs and some of the prototypes were really amazing. But I think today you've really, as a team, sought to solve problems and build solutions. So congratulations to all of you. It's been an absolute pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Irina?
Thank you. So for me, it was really like, again, I knew it's going to be great, and I can feel and see how much power, you know, on hands of young guys, students, ideas, you know, like that they are the one who carrying a lot of future oriented, you know, goals, ambitions, and hands-on experience, especially like, you know, I'm very impressed that you guys can do it already now at that stage, you know. Many have to, like, you know, reach mature and get ready with their mind, but you just, like, you know, you crack it. You are the future. So I'm really, really impressed, and especially the fact that you tackle on different directions. Again, you recognize the real issue, you get the brilliant ideas, and maybe you can just tune it here and there a little bit, and you are practically ready to go, you know, ready to go and try and pitch and explore that world. It won't be easy for sure, but you know, as long as you know, push and explore and you have all the potential, it's going to be there. Like, the journey starts right here, and I'm totally uplifting you for this. Great, well done. Thank you so much.
I'm sure with their app, they'll be able to shape better.
I hope, yes. we are coming for support as well. Yes, anytime.
Thank you so much. Mr. Wayne, are you there?
I am here, yes.
Would you like to share a few words?
I like the range of apps, and I really appreciated to see the problems that students face from their perspective and the difficulties that they have. Sometimes we as teachers and grown-ups and mentors don't have the same problems that they face. So it's really refreshing to see their solutions to the problems and their problems that they face. It just opens our eyes to a different perspective of problems that other people have as well. That was really nice to see. I lean more towards apps that are focused on their solution, focused on the problem, than an app that has a whole range of features that is like unfocused and not clear in a solution. Very well done to all the teams. I think you had great solutions to problems that you identified.
I mean, they have been thankful for the workshop that you helped conducting last week.
I couldn't hear that.
I mean, they have to be thankful to you for the workshops that you helped fellow students conduct last week.
Hopefully that workshops help them to guide them and to focus them on identifying the functionalities and the features that the app should have.
Thank you so much. Alejandro, are you there? Would you like to share a few words?
Hello, everyone. thank you so much for all the work that you have put into developing these presentations and also developing these ideas for solutions. I agree with what Wayne said. To me, when you're developing an application, but or actually developing an idea or trying to find a solution, you really need to have a very clear problem. So you need to spend most of your time, you need to really nail down or really identify what is the problem that you're here to solve. And before you even go ahead and create the presentation or start working on the app, you really need to, the problem is the most important thing, have a very clear clarity on the problem and who are the main customers that are going to be, or who's the audience basically, who's the people that you need to, that you want to solve this problem to. Once you have these two things clearly, I think the rest basically, it's the easier part basically, it's just mostly execution. But to come up with the idea, you need to have a very clarity on the problem and who are the people. So throughout all those presentations, like this was basically the criteria that I was using to judge each one of your ideas. I was also really impressed by some of the presentations that you guys did. The execution, I'm talking about the execution. I was very impressed about how you were able to develop the screens and to move from one screen to another. I thought that was great. At the same time, some of you guys developed really good videos. And I think overall that really helped also me identifying who were the best presentations out there. Whenever you're giving a presentation, it's really important the way how you do it, because otherwise you're ultimately selling an idea, right? Like if you're looking for investors or people to buy into this project that you have worked on, it's really important how you convey, how you tell that story. So that's also something that you should be considering in the future if you would like to take on your idea and make it a reality. It's like how you are able to tell the story and the story of the customers that you're, or the audiences that you're trying to help. But overall, I was very impressed by some of the work that you guys have done based on those criteria, identifying the problem and the way how you were telling your story and giving the presentation. And thank you for all your hard work. At some point, I completely forgot that you guys are still in high school, so it's very inspiring, and at least to me, let's say, to see you guys. Like I wish I would have done something like this when I was in high school and be thinking ahead when I was in high school. So well done to everyone, and thank you for all your hard work. It has been a pleasure for me.
Thank you so much, Alejandro. All right, Angelina, are you there?
I think she's still submitting all her scores, actually.
No worries, no worries. We'll get back to her later. All right, guys. I would like to thank my fellow mates who conducted the workshops earlier last week, Anaita, Shambhavi, Cleon, and Amna, with the help of our IT professors, Wayne Mueller and Joseph Stevens. I mean, this has been a really helping point to all our participants. They've been able to, present better. So we're extremely grateful to have such lovely professors. And we're also thankful to a few students who took the initiative to volunteer for this event. We have Zainab Netarwala and Alan D'Souza, Usra Parker, and Bhakti Gadga. Alan and Zainab are here right now present today during this event. They've been coordinating with students, checking if they have any issues. They've been their point of contact, and I'm really grateful for you guys. Thank you so much. I would also like to thank our marketing intern, Emmanuel Almeida. He's been really helpful with organizing this event, and especially our organizer, Ms. Megha Mani. She has been running things so smoothly. Everything has been going great. Thank you so much, Megha.
Thank you.
And this is such a wonderful experience to everyone present over here. I mean, even for the teams that did not get through qualifiers or who might not get through finale, I'm sure for everyone it's been such a learning experience, a learning point, so much that they've learned through it. I got to see such wonderful solutions and I was honestly blown away. So great job to everyone and all the best, good luck. May the best team win. I would also like to thank our sponsors, Lafarge Wholesome and Irana from MeStar, our lovely judge. And this wouldn't have been possible without you guys. Thank you so much. And yeah, how could I forget my co-host, Anu? Thank you for being so supportive and helping me out during the qualifiers and finale.
Thank you to you too for being such an amazing co-host.
Yesterday, me and Anu were talking and I asked her a few questions and we were playing around a little bit. I was trying to come up with some sort of quiz for you guys, in case if we had time. We don't really at this point, so just thought if I could ask you guys a few questions here and there. Anu, would you like to ask them?
Yes, I'm sure. I know the most interesting question you had. It was so this is how it's gonna go, guys. You have the chat box there. It's running against time, so whoever's going to send the reply the first will be considered the winner or whatever sort. So Ria's very special question was, what is 30 divided by half plus 10?
Divide 30 by half. Okay.
My God, these kids, they're so fast.
Mental math skills, like really good.
This is just going on. So I think we have our winner. It's Kaden Tan, WSO. Kaden Tan, you are right. It is 70. I don't see many 70s here though. There is one more 70, Prakar. And
yeah. And one more was there, I think. Saurabh.
Saurabh.
Yeah, and one more. Thesis, I think. I'm so sorry if I get your names wrong. All right, there was one more question. Okay. How many months in a year have 28 days?
There was an answer before you finished the question.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. I see it's from Ashton Altered Strategies.
Okay. I mean, I need to work on them then. I don't think I'm that smart yet.
Okay, there's one more. So which do you think has the more occurrence? Words starting with the letter K or words that have K as their third letter?
Oh my God, this is like very competitive.
I know. I think they're like at the keyboard, right?
I'm so excited to see all of them engage this way.
I know.
Dear participants, would any one of you like to turn on your mic and share how your experience has been with the hackathon?
What by the way, letter K being the third is the correct answer.
To be very honest with all of y'all, this question does not make sense to me till now. And I was fighting with Anu yesterday as well that this question does not make sense to me. And looking at all of you give answers like this is like, I don't know, I have nothing to say.
It's amazing.
If any one of you would like to come up and like share your experience, how it is, and what you've learned through it, it would be a great.
Maybe we can ask what was the most challenging during the preparation.
Yeah, was it trying to present, creating a prototype?
Yeah, sure. Can I answer for that?
Yeah, of course.
Sure.
Okay, so what I felt was the most challenging part was like two things. Like first of all, the time management, and then syncing all your time, like the presentations timings and switching between mics, like people speaking. Just managing all of that was challenging, like fitting everything within a 5 minutes time frame. As for our team, we had to like build like 3 prototypes. We built like 3 designs of the app. The first version, and then the second version we pitched for the qualifiers, and then the third version we made it overnight with coffee. And so even that was really challenging, but we did it, and we're just hoping for positive results.
I'm sure we are too, by the way.
Thank you.
I mean, you are all winners because you made it to the finale. That clearly means that there is something interesting in your idea. So choosing one from here is just for competition's sake. But other than that, all your ideas were amazing. And we do have to give our kids a little more time to sort out their evaluation.
I'd like to answer the question.
Yes, of course.
Yeah, so I think from my background personally, I'm a developer. So creating an app is not just about, creating it in code. I learned that it takes a lot in terms of marketing, in terms of financing the app. And there's a lot of things that go into app that you don't really see in the end product. And I've learned, working with my team members and other colleagues and members of the school staff, what the level of collaboration and the level of unity required to actually bring a product to life.
Yeah, that's very true. Thank you so much for sharing that with us. Do we have sis? Yeah, Yudmin?
Yeah, I would just like to say this was a great experience, and I would say time management really was one of the most challenging things, collaborating and putting your pitches together, managing between screens. But I would say since we had picked up a niche audience, so making sure that our prototype actually met, all the needs and, catered to all of them was something that we found challenging as well. But it was a great experience, and I would really like to thank everyone, Murdoch, for the, webinars and everything. And this was a great platform. Thank you, guys.
Thank you too for being amazing participants. Do we have anyone else? Did you guys fight during finding solution for the app? I'm sure that this idea was not all, like it wasn't a unanimous decision.
Could I answer that?
Yeah, of course.
It actually was like that because our teacher, our computer science teacher, sent it in the group that there's this competition like this. And within 10 minutes, I had the idea, I got the people, and then we started working.
Did you not have a fight with your people?
No, because the idea was decided, business plan was also half decided in like that 1 hour period when I was gathering up the people, and then we just worked on the idea I had.
Well, fortunately for you, I'm sure there must have been many conflicts.
Well, ma'am, for my group, there was a few conflict with the ideas that we were coming up with, but our team leader, Akash, he actually really was open-minded and, took all of our opinions into consideration.
I'm really glad to hear that, because honestly, what this does is that it helps you develop all sorts of soft skills that organizations today are looking for, such as teamwork and leadership and managing things and coming up with the most efficient and managing conflicts as well. And I'm really happy for you guys, and I'm glad that you had this experience and you made the best out of it.
At such a young age, that too.
Yeah, I wish I had many opportunities like this during my school days, but it's great that like these ideas are amazing, all of them. It's a pity that we only have to choose one, but it is what it is, isn't that?
Okay, Angelina, are you there?
Yes, I am. I am here indeed. Yeah, it took me some time. You see, this is a confirmation that it's quite quite an abundance of different and good ideas. It was quite difficult to make the the rankings and to judge them. But that's a real world. I think what I can tell to the teams, I currently am advising a number of startups in London, and they are pre-seed and seed A level for their presentations, and it is everything needs to be polished, everything needs to be clear, and I've been trying to give you those kind of advices in that sense. I think everything you've got is worth developing. It really is about finding those things, and I would always advise to think from the customer perspective. Always think back to who is your customer and what problem are you really solving for them. That is really the key. If you crack that, if you understand who your customer is and what they're needing, what they're needing, I think you then have all the capabilities to create a solution for it.
Thank you very much, Angelina.
And just like you, Anu, I was thinking that I wish some of those, even some of those solutions I saw, I was like, I wish I had some of those things when I was going through school years. Would help me a lot.
Indeed, indeed. So guys, in the meantime, let me just remind you that if all the participants, qualifiers too, you will all be receiving an e-certificate congratulating and endorsing your participation. I will put the link down here. You will have to fill this to receive your e-certificates. Let me just put the link out there. You'll have to fill that to receive your e-certificates, and do share your experience on social media, and please do tag Murdoch University Dubai. Trophies will be awarded for the second runner-up, first runner-up, and the winners, and you can collect them from the university from Manuja, that is before Friday, I assume. We will get back to
one
you.
doubt.
Yes.
One doubt. Oh yeah, it's register your school team. So does any one person have to fill in from the group, or?
I'm not sure about that. I'm sure it is an individual certificate congratulating your work.
Okay, because it's just register your school name, that first name, last name, all of that.
Okay, so every one of you can register your school
Okay.
name and your name.
Okay.
However, we will get back to you on more details regarding the trophies and awards by email.
If you could add your name along with your school name, then that will be better.
Yeah.
Your name and then the school name.
And then the school name. Does that answer your question?
Yes, thank you.
Right. I do have the winner's trophy only with me. Do I show you now, or do I show you once you actually win it? Let me just, let me do this little YouTube moment here. So basically, this is our winner's trophy. Oh, I'm sorry for the bad viewing. It is heavy, by the way, so there you go. That will be
Guys, I
awarded.
think we have the results, which is ready.
All right, just give us a minute.
I'm sure it will, Ashton.
Hi guys, thank you so much for your patience. I was just calculating all the results from all the judges, I believe, who also had a very tough time deciding. So yeah, we'll soon announce the results.
So I have the results. I hate to do this, but we will start with the second runners-up. I'm so excited. I don't even know why. So we have Talking on Student Life, our own English high school boys realm team. Congratulations, you guys are the second runners-up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congrats.
Congratulations.
And as for the first runners-up, we have on JSSPS Team C of JSS Private School Dubai. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Great work to you all. And lastly, we have our winners. Yeah, should we do like a drum roll or something, because this is getting too
I've been doing till now.
Yeah.
Were you not able to hear me?
No. We should
Oh, are you serious?
a louder drum roll.
So let's see. Okay, are you ready?
I just want to prolong this because I know this everyone's going nuts on which team it is.
Okay, what do you guys think?
I know, please come on. We need to hype this up more.
Just
yeah, we should just say this. We shouldn't do this too much. Yeah, poor kids. Do we have a drum roll? I actually can't hear it though.
Oh no. Zoom should have an inbuilt drum roll.
I know, right? Let me see if I can find a drum roll. We need a drum roll for this.
You can start banging the table for them.
No. So let's see. YouTube and ads. Can you hear that? Okay, so the winners are Talking on Student Life JC Team X of Jumeirah College, Dubai. Congratulations, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
I hear very happy thank yous. Yeah, you guys
Thank you.
do that. Yeah, there you go.
Thank
I
you.
will virtually be handing out your trophy right now. So just imagine that you got the trophy already. Would you guys like to share a few words?
Sure.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Raj, you can go.
Great. We enjoyed doing it. It was a good challenge. Thank you.
But I'm just like a bit startled right now, but it was an amazing opportunity because I've never done something like this. So like, thank you, Murdoch. And so yeah, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys so much. Thank you.
Thank you to you too for your amazing presentation. Thank you everyone else as well. This has been a great event. I would like to thank all the other team members too. I know that you don't have a set award today, but you are all winners too, I'm sure. As the judges said, that all of your ideas were really great and really amazing and worth investing in. And thank you very much.